hailing frequencies are open. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Shield Tomorrow, our Star Trek RPG show. Shut up, music. I'll tell you when. All right. And welcome back to our Star Trek RPG show here on GNS Live on Fridays. So we have kind of a weird dynamic to our episode tonight because we managed to pick up some fan mail. Thank you so much for sending all that stuff in, as always. We do have some mail that we got. We actually picked up a lot, but we're not going to be able to go through all of it at the beginning of tonight's episode because at the end of tonight's episode, we're actually going to wrap 20 minutes early because, do you guys want to tell us what we're doing? Since it's kind of...
We're hopping into Minecraft today.
Yeah.
We're going to check out your builds, your Star Trek builds.
Yeah.
And I want to see them.
Yeah, so the final 20 minutes of our show tonight is going to be, we're going to hop into the Minecraft server to see what the Ox crew and Shield Tomorrow fans have been up to. So I'm really excited about that because it's been a while. I haven't checked in on the Minecraft server in over a month, so I'm going to check in. So that being said, let's go ahead and jump into... multiple episodes of Sam Loses Their Shit. As well as, let's go ahead and start. I'm just gonna, you know what? We're just gonna pile it up and just take it all over there at the same time. Let's see. That's another Sam.
Yeah.
That's a Sam pile.
You know, Sam, we really need to work on your likability. and the audience accepting you.
I know.
It's starting to really affect things.
I'm the worst, but I guess I have them fooled a bit, so that's nice.
Does that say Sam to love? Oh, okay. So the bulk of those will be for next week. I'm gonna take these over to you.
What?
Yep. Here we go. All right.
This is a good mail day,
Get in.
right?
There you go. I got that. All right.
Hi, everyone.
All right.
You're really nice, and I like you all along. Letter.
Ooh.
Letter to start. I'm like eager. What you got? Is it a read on air letter?
It does say read on the air. It is also rather long, and I want to read and absorb all of this first.
Okay.
So I am going to find you and read all of this, Sophia, and I'm really excited.
Yay.
Thank you.
Sorry we're so crunched on time tonight, guys.
Yeah, because Minecraft, I didn't even know that was happening. This is so exciting.
Yeah,
And
that's
Right?
fun.
It's so exciting.
Good. It's brilliant. All right, so what you get?
Oh my gosh. They found, she found this with, oh my gosh, this is the coolest thing. What is it?
Oh, snap.
It's, it's a non-binary that combines with the universal accessibility symbol, which is wheelchair right now, and in the new one, and is bright pink, and I love it very much, and this is the most amazingest of
That's like perfect.
Pride themed.
Yeah, happy Pride, everyone.
Happy Pride Month. I feel like if you ever became like Prince and became a symbol, that could be it. It's like the Sam formerly known as, you know.
I might not be Prince, but I do endeavor to be a Prince. I like it.
And you are.
I was just squeeing because actually one of the models that this is from is an amazing disability advocate, Alice Wong, who is a friend of mine. And so
right
it's cool
on.
that she's also modeling now. She's kind of a big deal.
All right.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Episode 2 of Sam Loses Their Shit.
Oh goodness. There's dice coming through.
There's dice in that nebula.
Couple of dice.
in that nebula.
There's a couple.
Couple of dice for Sam.
I was like, car keys?
Oh my God. If you look outside, there's a BMW waiting for Sam.
It's like, what is happening?
Erica did so much better. She got me dice. Ooh, these are pretty and I like them a lot.
We have known, it has been known that the dice that y'all send us tend to do better than the dice that I send them.
do.
Right?
So saving the crew of the Sally Ride seems to be contingent.
Some roll pretty D10s here, which we all know have delightful use cases.
Enough for a
Very
bucket?
good.
I'm sorry?
Enough for a bucket? A bucket of dice?
Bucket of die. You got one more?
Not enough.
Little dice bag too. That's awesome.
I know, right?
What else you got
Those
over
are
there?
cool.
Here we go.
I think I already know what this one is because I kind of peeked at it when
peeked?
producer Max was opening it, so I had to... Books!
What are the noises?
Yeah.
What's dang!
Leave
I
us
can
in
read the
suspense.
spine. I can't read the spine.
It's a Dungeons and Dragons book.
Oh, Mordecai is nice. And
Oh, the
so
Tome of
appropriate, too.
Tome
Very
of Foes.
appropriate.
Tome
Stream
of
of Eyes
Foes.
this weekend.
Boarding Kanan's Tome of Foes. This is apparently very important for last night's episode of Crit Roll. Also, this is my first physical copy of any Wizards of the Coast product.
What do you usually call them? Dead trees?
Yes, Dead Tree editions.
Dead tree editions. Yeah.
Hi, Roko. But that is not all of the books that I have. I have basic perspective drawing, which is so. I was drawing this weekend. I was like, this is so desperately needed.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Right.
Because I learned new things, and I'm so excited for these.
Thank you
so much, Sophia and Erica, the Street Chef. Happy Pride and happy dice and happy drawing and happy.
I got one here. Shield of Tomorrow, Geek and Sundry. I'm gonna pull this open. It is
No, I just heard the first part of that syllable. And I
looks
don't
like
it.
it's cards for everyone. So the first one says Borg have been assimilated by Jenny Shishiros.
Oh!
Cards for everyone. We'll have to read these later.
pencil
Do
thing
the
with
science.
Do the
For
science.
Lisa. Do the science card. Jiv, get down here and help me. This is for Gina.
Oh, Gina.
Lark has no idea. For Bonnie.
Whoopsie doodle.
What would Kirk do? For Hector. Hailing frequencies open for me. Resisting Rue is futile.
It's true.
Yeah.
These are great. I can't wait to dig into these. Oh, I'll distribute
Who are
these
those from?
after that. It's from Liz Joy.
Thank you, Liz Joy.
Sent those. Thank you, Liz. I can't wait to see these. All right, got two more. Next up is Amanda sent us this. What is this? This is Shield Smart Crew. Okay, so let's pull the top. I very much enjoyed passion. I think it doesn't say. Okay, dear Shield of Cast Tomorrow crew. Cast of Shield of Tomorrow. I very much enjoy your show between Eric's stereotyping bucking characters. Oh, thank you. And Sam's passionate portrayal of Commander Janelle Rue and the cast's creative, compassionate playstyle. There are hosts of reasons to love the show. Commander's Rue relationship with Tolos has been especially fun to watch progress, so thank you, and to the cast for your beautiful and entertaining performances. Eric, thank you in particular for your impressive world building, or should I say worlds building. The numerous narrative threads, storylines, and NPCs you've brought to life on air is amazing. Thank you for all that you do for Shield of Tomorrow. The accompanying manual is a gift to you as a token of my appreciation.
Ooh, manual.
Oh my god, I used to own this and I lost it in a move.
Wait, really?
It is
Yes.
the fates.
It's the Star Trek The Next Generation Officer's Manual.
Yes! That is awesome.
What is that?
I used to own this book and I lost it in a move. I have not
We
seen
get
this
joint
book.
custody, right? We can all take it on the
Oh,
weekends.
man.
I feel like Buffy when she went, wait, there is a handbook?
Yeah.
Thank you, Amanda. Oh my god, for your words and this book. That's fantastic. Thank you so
Wait, there's
much.
a manual?
This is like
cool.
one of many manuals. This thing came out a while ago. This is from the RPG. Actually, FASA printed this. This is from one of the old RPG editions. From the old Star Trek role-playing game. Damn.
That is awesome.
Yeah. Thank you, Amanda. Oh my gosh. We got one more. This is from Thomas Franz. Sent me something here. I don't know what this is, but it looks really cool. Let's see what this is.
It's a poster.
It's a tube.
Some art.
Tis a poster. It's
It's a tube.
Let's open this
To the
up.
Jeffries tube, everyone.
Yeah, it's a Jeffries tube. You can read this on stream. I will do so real quick. Dear Eric Campbell, happy belated birthday. Oh, thank you. I hope this message finds you well. I have been following the adventures of Sally Ride since the beginning, and I am going back to get filled in on the TBD RPG. Awesome. I hope you enjoy it. We had a ton of fun running that one. I enjoy every minute of your twists and turns, and you always leave me excited to see what fresh madness you dream up for your players. Your Trail of Cthulhu game was wonderfully creepy. Way to spend Halloween. Thank you. That was a delight. That was a lot of fun. It's inspired me to volunteer for Pelgrane Press at Gen Con this year. That's awesome.
We'll see you there.
Nice. We'll see you there. That's awesome. I recently had the good fortune of going on the Star Trek cruise.
And now we hate you.
And now our sentiments are changing. With the always awesome George Takai, I found it a bit odd that many of the people I talked to on the ship didn't know about your amazing addition to the series, and took every possible opportunity to turn people your way. One of the people I talked to was Chancellor Gowron himself, who you all watched me freeze up in front of at
Robert O'Reilly.
CLV.
Yes.
Robert O'Reilly. I mentioned your name, and he said he remembers talking to me. What? Did you do that, Eliza?
I don't know.
He remembers talking to me?
At where?
Probably
my
the Star
God.
Trek that you talked to
At
him.
the
I
Vegas
did talk to him, but I froze up. I didn't even finish sentences.
Eric, are you blushing?
No.
Yeah, you got red.
Yes.
You met your
I
bed
hope
job.
that what I have sent you arrives safe and sound. I understand that sentiment. Traveling to the stars with you and the crew makes the workday so much better, and I can't wait to see what comes next in Shielded tomorrow. The community you formed has been amazing to interact with, and I'm very proud to call myself one of them. I hope this gets you pumped for next season. Take care and clear skies, Thomas. Please don't read my last name on air.
I don't remember anything. What?
AKA Instant Talent. Wow. Whoops.
Yeah.
It's helpful to put that at the top.
We'll just edit
Wait,
that
I don't
off
remember
the,
anything.
yeah.
What? No.
We
Doesn't
do
look
everything
like
by the
anything
book
to me.
here. Sorry, Thomas. Let's see what you. Oh my gosh. You
I see
got it
bracelet.
signed.
What?
Ooh.
What is it?
What is it?
Oh! That's awesome!
Did this wonderful thing, and I just went and ruined everything.
Wow.
God.
To Eric.
I am. Oh my gosh! Look at this poster. This is incredible. It's to Eric.
Star Trek: The Cruise.
Robert
2.
O'Reilly.
Revenge of the ship.
Thomas.
There be whales here and a buffet. They'll give them.
Thank you, Thomas. This is amazing.
Wow, it's really fun.
I'm going to pre-open and pre-read every damn thing from here on out.
what we go through.
So now that we've done that, thank you. This has been an excellent episode of Sam Loses Their Shit.
And
so
Eric.
Sam and
thank you.
friends
Yes,
lose their
we're gonna go ahead and cut right into tonight's episode of Shielded tomorrow.
I get a staff, right?
Welcome back. Trying to concentrate here. All right.
I think Sam still had an announcement.
Sam, did you have an announcement?
True. I had a big important announcement,
Yeah.
and you were so pleased and losing of your shit.
I was gonna
that
say,
you just
Pleased and horrified can actually those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They both were there.
They were both there. Yeah, Sam, if you'd like to make an announcement, I'm
I
ready.
believe I would.
Oh yes. What is your announcement?
I actually have a two-part announcement.
Oh, give me your two-part announcement.
Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month.
That's my air horn. Okay.
And in the spirit of Pride Month, I'm excited.
Yay! Okay. Now let's start tonight's episode of Shielded tomorrow.
Now we can start.
No, don't do it.
We already did that.
I need an air horn.
Okay.
Sage.
So now we're ready to start. So let's do a quick recap because we got a lot to cover and not our usual amount of time.
And I didn't finish the episode. I almost did, but
Yeah, so we're gonna have to catch you up.
I missed you guys so much.
So essentially, last episode where we left off, the USS Sally Ride was the recovery. You guys successfully managed to recover the orb from the coral reef. You have been able to successfully transplant the coral reef into more shallow waters where there is ambient light, so that it can still attract the food that it needs and survive under the waves. Of course, the Sally Ride got very friendly with a very large aquatic animal that has now been logged, which is interesting because the footnote for that in the Starfleet database will probably be something along the lines of be prepared for possible mating behavior if your nacelles are glowing underwater, which they always will be. So some interesting encounters there, but you did manage to dislodge the Orb of Journeys from the coral. You did manage to also uncover the crash site of the two scientists that fled, the last of their species, managed to flee and stage this planet, previously uncharted, has now become their resting place. You were able to. Oh, that's right, Bonnie. You actually didn't get to catch up with it, but essentially, what was learned is the two Dulagari scientists who fled with the Orb of Journeys crashed here on this world, and essentially lived out the rest of their days with the knowledge that they were the last of their kind.
Oh,
and
gosh.
They managed to fall in love, and they built a life for themselves here. The Orb of Journeys, according to their logs, spoke to them a few times and took them on whether it's not clear if it was a vision or if it was like viewing through a portal or if it actually took them somewhere. It's unclear. But they claim in these log entries that these two saw and went to other places in different times and saw things that went on journeys that they never thought they would see in their lifetime. When one of them passed away, the other one followed not long after, but not before they placed the Orb of Journeys on a raft and sent it to sea. And then brought their elderly body back to a place where they had prearranged their own burial and laid down next to their lost loved one and died.
Well, gee, thanks for that.
What's probably the most wistful about this, though, is the fact that it doesn't seem like there was any sadness at all. It doesn't seem like there was any remorse. There was definitely a sense of sadness in the beginning of these log entries, but it would seem that the Orb of Journeys changed their perspective on the universe a bit. And despite the fact that they were the last of their kind, they seemed to be in full acceptance of the course of history and lived out the rest of their days together.
It's just like the movie The Notebook, which
yes,
I argue
yes.
is not sad, but happy.
Yes, exactly. That's a pretty good comparison, yes. So the Orb of Journeys, of course, now is in the research lab on the USS Sally Ride. Talon did mention to Lark at one point about possibly researching and enacting a Bajoran meditation ritual of some kind, or to whatever it is to interact with the orb, in which Lark very nervously said, I need to think about this and prepare for it because I don't know what I'm getting into.
I don't know how to meditate.
Yeah, you're like, are you kidding?
What is a meditate?
As somebody who has ADD and is a Buddhist, I'm going to tell you right now, that's hard.
Yeah. Can you imagine Lark?
It's hard enough being human and trying to meditate. Anyway, so it was a daunting prospect, and Lark decided to go and prepare themselves.
Meditate upon the meditation.
Yeah, like, do I really want to do this? There was also some really great character interaction. We had some great scenes between Zadis and Mala. We also had a great moment between a long overdue scene between our commander and our doctor. God. I just want the side-by-side gif of these two right now. And where we left off was the USS Sally Ride was basically at station keeping in the orbit of this planet, having wrapped up its business here. Now the Orb of Journeys is in the possession of the USS Sally Ride. There was some discussion as to what we do with it. But the truth of the matter is returning it to Bajor is risky to say the least, as it is currently not occupied by the Dominion. In fact, for whatever reason, and there is a reason for this that is obvious to the rest of the Star Trek universe, but to the Sally Ride out here in the Shackleton Expanse, what you do know is that the Dominion has actually not occupied Bajor. They are in fact respecting its sovereignty and are only occupying Tarak Nor, or as it was previously called, Deep Space Nine. And so we begin tonight's episode in the galley during a wedding reception. A wedding reception for Ensign Uy Chorka, and Lieutenant Donovan Anderson.
Can I be a flower girl?
Captain Martinez has just performed the ceremony, and now members of the Ox crew and everyone are mingling with music playing in the background. It's sort of a joyous little event that's taking place. Lots of people are finally getting a chance to sort of like relax a little bit.
You gotta let me say the line.
Oh yeah.
It's the one joy I get as a captain.
That's true. Yes, it is
deal
the one.
with death on a day-to-day basis and stress and war. The least I can do is say the line.
You can say the line.
By the power vested in me from the governing power of Starfleet, as captain of this vessel, I now pronounce you married. You may kiss each other.
I was waiting for the marriage.
There is a loud applause and cheers as the.
Are we wearing our dress uniforms?
Oh, yes, we are.
Need to know this.
Yes to the dress
The
uniform.
commander says yes. XO said yes. So, so everyone is in dress
strange.
ceremony. There's
First wedding I've been to where everyone's clothed.
yeah.
What did you show up in?
I was informed before I arrived that I needed to be dressed.
Multiple people made sure to hit you up.
Many people hit me up to be like,
I think
just so you know.
Right.
I think before you left your quarters, you got pinged by Jiv, who went, Mala, you're gonna do the thing, right, with the clothes on.
I run back over to my desk. Sorry, what was that?
Yeah. Listen. You're gonna do the thing, right, with the clothes on.
What do you mean? It's a wedding.
Yeah. Look. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm already like on my way. It didn't have to get ready very much.
Okay. Well, I might be late.
Why?
Jiv out.
What?
And then you immediately get another alert.
Jiv, what? Why'd you hang up? What?
This is not Commander Jit.
Oh, sorry.
This is Lieutenant Commander Talon.
Lieutenant Commander, hello.
I have read about your culture, and I wanted to make sure that you understand that even though this is a wedding, it will not be in the traditional nude fashion of Betazoid. Were you aware of that? If you were, I apologize. I did not want to presume that you would know, but I also did not want to presume that you would not know. So will you be clothed at this wedding?
I will be clothed. Thank you, Lieutenant Commander.
Thank you. Talon out.
Jiv, is that what?
So,
I call you too.
Don't worry, I'm clothed. I'm clothed.
Oh no, this was about nothing. Never mind.
so
I'm wearing the evening gown the master made for me.
so
And then I go and change because Commander Rue said no.
I offhandedly commented that, like, just two. I guess that's one way to do it.
This is the only time I get to wear it.
So it is kind of a Festivus event, and Jiv does arrive about 10 minutes late.
Why?
To the reception. He comes.
Wasn't there for the ceremony?
He was there for the ceremony. You would have all noticed that he was there for the ceremony. He was in the back. He did not take his seat. And by the time the reception starts, he's not immediately present, and you're not sure if you're just overlooking the fact that there's a Tellarite moving a bunch of tall people. But eventually he does reappear. And he comes approaching you guys holding drinks finally as he just goes, oh, that was a good feel-good thing. Good feel-good thing. How's everybody doing tonight?
I just pass him a drink.
Thank you. He takes a second drink and holds it.
Oh, whoops.
Starts drinking.
We're fine, Commander. Thank you.
Glad to hear it. That's a nice uniform, Mala.
Thank you.
Those two took their time, but I'm glad they made it.
Yeah. I didn't know they were seeing each other. But then that's because I'm mostly in a Jeffries tube around here.
Don't you remember the memo that went around?
No.
It was definitely not about them.
He sets an empty glass down as one of the waiters walks by and just turns back and says, so,
Are you okay, Jiv?
yeah, I'm fine. Why?
I don't know. You're acting a little weird.
I hate social gatherings.
Oh.
Hate them.
At least you got a drink in your hand.
I spiked it. It's
You know I can hear you, Lieutenant.
We can all hear you.
I mean, well, it's like, but it's not the real stuff. It's not the real. Okay. It's just from the replicator.
Commander's right there.
It's a special batch of cream soda.
Right, yeah.
Commander, do you want to be dismissed?
Nope. No, I'm fine. Thank you. That's actually very nice of you, Captain. But, no, I had to put aside those little quirky habits of mine a long time ago when I put on the uniform, Sometimes
Maybe something will break.
one can hope, yeah. I will say that, though. that's a hell of a view. And he points out the window to the M-class world below, where the binary star with the protostar in orbit. It's clearly visible through the windows just out overlooking the system. It says, try not to talk about work, but I'm guessing we're going to have a meeting about what happens next, Captain.
Yes, that was the plan. Did you want to have that meeting here?
No, I'm just delaying the inevitable. I think I'm probably the only one of you hasn't walked up and congratulated the happy couple, so...
I can go with you if you want.
You mind?
Yeah.
Can you tank this for me?
Sure.
Thanks. I'm gonna nod. You say the words and I'll nod.
You have to say at least one thing.
Okay.
Okay. I want to go over and I want to hook around like his arm so that it looked like,
He downs the entire glass as you guys both walk away from the group for a minute to go talk to them. Meanwhile, with you two, with the rest of y'all kind of gathered in the circle here, it's great to see the crew of the Sally Ride together like this. You didn't get to see much of each other because during shore leave, really, it was all hands run off the ship.
Because
what's shore leave?
Barely remember.
Yeah. I feel like...
But it's been a while since there's been a scheduled social engagement on board the ship with everything that's been happening. So it is nice to see everyone in the galley kind of enjoying themselves. And more crew members are filtering in as shifts are changing and whatnot. Everyone's kind of covering for each other who couldn't make it. So...
I feel like spirits are high.
You definitely do, yes.
They're on an
Despite everything
upswing,
that has happened.
Yeah.
Despite everything that's going on in the galaxy, it seems like everyone is seizing on the opportunity here to enjoy this moment. And the crew's not really holding back. It's some big band music is playing that immediately switches to like all different styles of like joyous styled music across cultures.
Are you taking up trombone and playing?
Possibly.
Yeah.
I'm a little rusty. It's been since Starfleet Academy since I've played.
It is worth noting that a lot of Andorian customs have been honored tonight, obviously, as Ensign Chorka is Andorian. So there is some very familiar music being played, and you guys are getting a nice cultural dosage of what it sounds, what some of the more modern themes in Andorian music are.
It's a little unusual to marry only one person, but it's just so damn sweet.
Yeah.
There's still time. They can...
I think they got it right.
Maybe they've just started. Maybe it's like the first. So
it's like collecting. Once you get one, you're like, I'm gonna get more.
They're like Pokemon,
Like the whole set. What's a Pokemon?
or like a Happy Meal toy. You gotta keep going
A
back.
Happy Meal toy.
Okay, this was
I think
obviously
it's just a toy
out of
you have with a good meal. You can disagree if you want, but I'm pretty sure Nurse Matazi is a huge gossip and has been keeping me up to date on this relationship throughout. So.
Matazi has definitely revealed that. And I will give you this since you have worked in such close proximity with your nurse for so long. Matazi clearly has a lack of confidence in himself when it comes to personal relationships. And this has resulted in him taking a peculiar interest in everyone else's happiness.
Matazi and Paylor know everything that happens on the ship.
It is kind of one of those things. I mean, Matazi is good about not spreading rumors because Matazi knows, but Matazi is also kind of the one everyone confides in. And since you are a doctor, he feels it's important that the doctor being known, all of the interpersonal and possibly sexual relationships that are taking place on board the Sally Ride for health reasons.
He doesn't tell me all your secrets.
There's no details, obviously, but it is kind of. Matazi does. I would say he's fulfilling his role. He is fulfilling his role as a medical officer on board the ship, and maybe kind of enjoying it. So
He's like the tabloid of Sally Ride.
he's not publishing anything.
No, that's the engineering
but you know
department.
what I mean? Like
They're the biggest gossips on this ship.
Okay.
Matazi, by the way, looking very sharp in the dress uniform. He's wearing the long dress. Oh yes. So Matazi, again, a quick recap: being extremely tall, well-musculared, Cation. He's one of these rare Cations that there's a slightly less variation in the Cation community of this coat color, but he is jet black with white tufts on the tips of his hair, of his ears, and white tufts of a beard that kind of sideburn down, and then again around the middle of the chin and going down. It's grown it out over time. He is a Cation that would be approaching middle age at this point.
Sexy cat.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, wait a minute.
But he's looking sharp in the
sexy
uniform
Matazi.
tonight, standing at full attention, and with a stillness that only a creature with cat DNA style, like obviously not a derivative of a cat, but a cat-like feline species, standing with a stillness that a Vulcan in meditation would probably admire. And just standing there, doing what cats do when they notice things, kind of eyes half closed and then catching the attention of something and just kind of looking around and admiring everybody. But when you approach Throlo, the moment you walk up, he goes, "Doctor," and straightens his uniform and says, "I never get a chance to wear this."
I help straighten.
Is it not straight?
You look fabulous.
Thank you, Doctor.
How do you like the wedding?
It was interesting. I thought Andorians married more than one person.
Different people are different.
Bolians do this as well, isn't that correct?
I don't remember. We should ask.
I could do that. He sips and says, "I do find it rather beautiful that we decided to conduct the ceremony over this particular world. I think it's something of a renewal of vows, so to speak, in many ways. There's a poetry, I think, to it."
It's a good reminder of why we're here and what we're trying to do.
Yes.
I love this song. Want to learn an Andorian folk dance?
Yes. And he sets the glass down and says, "What must I do?" Matazi's large clawed hands takes him. So you all watch as the Doctor and Matazi.
I'm a terrible dancer, so he's not going to know the difference if I get some of these steps slightly wrong. But
Matazi, though, I'll go ahead and point this out. This is something you would probably notice, Rue. I'll go ahead and give this to you. But the grace and the instinct in which Matazi moves with the Doctor during the dance, you might think that Matazi has probably had some serious martial arts training by the way he's moving with the Doctor. Which isn't unusual. Lots of martial artists can spot each other on the dance floor, believe it or not, as I have learned. So
Game recognized game.
yeah, exactly. But you do notice Matazi seems to not know the dance, but the way he improvises would indicate that the instinct he has to keep his toes pointed in a certain direction while he's facing, because of course Matazi does not wear boots on the bottom. He is one of these Cations that actually has paws sticking out the bottom of the thing. There's very few Federation standard what is it? I guess shoes that are
Footwear.
Yes, footwear.
Allwear.
Which isn't unusual. There are some species that do not require footwear on the Sally Ride.
I haven't done this in a very long time, but I'm guessing he can pick up.
Thank you, sir.
Athletes can pick up dance steps faster than people awkwardly attempting to explain it. So I think
Correct.
he's making it look really good.
Yeah, he's doing all right. He's doing all right by you. As the ceremony begins to move on, does anybody have a scene here so we can move? Does anybody want to?
I was gonna go talk to Lieutenant Commander Talon.
Okay. Yeah.
I am standing near. Is there? There's a table with food and snacks and
Absolutely.
things. I'm imagining. There's a punch bowl, so I'm just standing there, maybe snacking on something, a dessert of some kind.
Okay, I walk up
Lieutenant
and
Sage
get a
approaches you.
plate. I have my correct pips on today. Thank you very much. I'm getting a plate. I've been thinking about what you said about the orb. I've been meditating. I don't really know what to do, but I'm willing to try if you help or tell me. I don't know anything about Bajoran customs, and all this time I'm eating because I am a nervous eater. And I don't know what it's gonna do. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe the doctor can observe and make sure everything's okay, but or maybe you could do it and I can watch. I don't know.
All of these are options, Lieutenant, and I'm glad that you thought about it and meditated about meditating.
I don't think I did it right.
Well, it sounds like you came to a conclusion, and so it sounds like you did a fine job.
More like a branches of possibilities that we could do that I didn't actually decide on a possible decision on, except that I kind of want to go forward with it, just not knowing which direction to go. I just start eating again.
I have been doing some research on the customs of how to approach and present yourself to an orb, because I have never experienced this either. And so I think between the two of us, we can do our best. And yes, if you prefer to have the doctor there to observe and to ensure that we are safe, then I think that would be appropriate.
The last thing I want is for us to go into some kind of vision trance and for something to be happening on the Sally Ride, of us to be not aware of it, or, I don't know, she could just be ready with some kind of stimulant to wake us up, or I don't know how it works.
If that makes you feel comfortable, then yes.
Okay.
I hope that it wouldn't have that. I hope that it wouldn't have a negative effect on us, but I think it is wise for you to want that precaution.
I mean, I don't really know anything about orbs. The only thing that I have any experience with at all was that artifact that you encountered, and that, no offense, didn't go so well for you. So just, kind of nervous about it, is all.
Yes. That was not Bajoran in nature, though.
No. But it was an unknown object that we have no idea how it'll affect us.
You sound more and more Vulcan every day.
I totally take that as a compliment. Thank you.
It is a
I think.
compliment.
Yeah. Thank you. That's really... I've never been called Vulcan before.
It is very logical to think of all the possibilities and want to take precautions.
Cool. I'm logical.
Well, if you would like to proceed this evening, then I can arrange with the doctor for us to meet in the research lab, and I will bring my research, and we can go over the processes that I've read about. And does that sound good to you?
That sounds logical.
Wonderful. What time is it right now?
I feel like I'm looking at my watch as I drop my plate of food. Oh no!
We'll synchronize our watches, like we're in an 80s movie.
Ceremony's probably held towards the end of the duty shift.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
let's meet at 1900 hours.
All right. Affirmative. I'm really bad at speaking like a Vulcan. Just gonna go back to my food.
You can see a tiny little, tiny smile on Talon's face. Very delighted by Lark's speech.
I'm very nervous.
I kind of picture as you move away, I think crossing in front of our camera would be Jiv and Mala walking back.
Yep. Oh no, I was gonna make him dance with me.
Oh, okay. So then it would be
start
Mala
following the
tugging on
doctor.
Jiv, just going, no,
Come on, just one dance.
no.
You're here already.
All right, yeah,
You
all right,
did-
yeah,
okay.
all right, let's do this. And Jiv, he immediately steps out on the dance floor and just goes,
He totally stole all my moves.
you see,
And I start imitating and looking around.
This Tellarite starts to cut loose. And you watch as Jiv's hatred for social engagements. Bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm envisioning right now?
I give a wink to
You
the
see Matazi is dancing. He's dancing with you and says, "What is happening?" And as he looks over at the Tellarite, Jiv doesn't hear.
Yeah.
He's just going. He's just going.
You know what I'm envisioning right now?
He dances in the engine room when he doesn't think anyone's there. That's fantastic.
I'm envisioning from Star Trek Online when we all played together and we were all just kind of waiting in one
there
area
we go.
and started a dance party as our
The next
characters.
time we do a meetup on Star Trek Online,
Wedding reenactment.
Dance party.
dance party.
Distraction dance. No, I feel like that's what I'm envisioning right now is all of our characters just doing that generic like backslash dance, you know? Backslash sprinkler. Okay, I'm done.
All right, so the wedding reception continues, eventually wraps up. It is definitely a morale booster to the crew. Everyone returns to their quarters in preparation for some of you who are going to meet up later tonight. But we're going to go to Captain Martinez. As you return to your quarters, you step inside and just kind of... and you see your computer console is... and this is not unusual. It's activated right now with... the computer is basically listing all of tomorrow's duty assignments. It's all like prepared and stuff like that, but it also has some messages that you've received over the course of the day. Some are not priority, but there was one at top that is addressed to you from Starfleet Command.
I'll go ahead and open that message. Is it a video message? Is it just like an email?
Yeah, there is a text attachment to it.
Okay.
But more or less what it says is, Captain Martinez, on behalf of the request of the mentioning party, it is our regretful duty to inform you the death of Lieutenant Commander Courtney James, killed in action in engagement with Dominion forces on the USS Tyson. Below attached is a message that she wished to pass on to you and the crew.
Open that up. Okay.
Oh, no.
Great. This is what I'll do. I'll get up and start like taking my uniform off, and then I will ask the computer to just read it out loud. Is what I'll do.
The computer?
Yeah. Please, if you wouldn't mind. As I'm like,
Okay.
Pips.
Yeah.
The computer activates and begins reading the letter out loud.
Captain Martinez, it's been a long time. I'm sorry I was so bad at keeping in touch, sir. I've been making a lot of these messages today. It's the engineer in me. I want to get the work done timely and efficiently. Messages like these aren't exactly tech work, though. I'm pretty tired. I think everyone is. I hope you don't mind that I wrote this instead of recording it, but I felt it was appropriate, given the commander's adoration for pencil and paper. If there was an old postal system in service, I would have used that. I was wrapping up all my messages when I realized there was one message I hadn't made. I hope this doesn't sound rushed. I heard on the grapevine that Commander Zadis was alive. I broke a toe when I heard. Turns out, Vulcan pottery can be pretty big and heavy. Might have been the first time I ever dropped something on accident. It was some amazing news. Listen to me talking like this is a check-in. I love my assignment. I'm good at what I do. And I love my ship and my crew. But the Sally Ride was my first shot at being a chief engineer. She was my first love. When I was reassigned, I managed to get by occasionally visiting the holodeck and stepping back into the Sally's engine room. I know I wasn't with you all very long as assignments go, but I never stopped thinking of that ship as my home. I just wanted you to know that, sir. I wanted you to know my heart never left the Sally Ride. The debate about what lies beyond life is ever raging. But if there's one thing being on board the Sally Ride taught me, is never be afraid of being an explorer. I'm not afraid, sir. You taught me that. All my love to the Sally Ride. May she forever fly among the stars. Courtney James, Lieutenant Commander, Chief Engineer, USS Tyson.
I'll go back to my computer, and I'll send that to Commander Rue.
It's not an easy letter to write.
No. I bet it wasn't.
Okay.
I get it. I'm sure one of the senior officers passes me in the hall. I'm gonna go down to the holodeck for a while.
Okay.
Not sleep.
message.
Okay. Probably by tomorrow, the crew will have found out what happened. You have been slowly getting casualty reports coming in from the Dominion front, and it's been bad. It's been really bad.
I'll specifically ask the commander to withhold that news at least until duty shift starts in the morning.
Okay.
Why, sir?
Somebody just got married. People just got married, you know. And then I'm in my quarters, and I break into my personal stash of tequila, and I have a shot for Courtney.
Okay. Meanwhile, down in the research lab, the door is open. Can I be honest with you here for a second? I passed that on to you because I knew I was going to get through that.
Thanks a lot.
And when you pass it, so Aliza, thank you. We cut down to the research lab, and the door is open as Lieutenant Sage comes walking in. Now, would Lieutenant Baker be here as well?
Yes.
Okay.
And as you walk in, you see us both standing over a couple of data pads, and we're just talking very intently with our heads kind of bowed over and just kind of like crunching information.
I didn't know if I should dress differently. Like, is there a robe or something I should wear, or?
You can wear whatever you want. I just realized, Lieutenant Sage, that we should perhaps have the entire senior staff here. They were all part of that vision as well. If it is all right with you, I would like to invite the senior staff to join us.
I would actually really much prefer that. That way, you know, if something happens,
Lieutenant Baker
we're all there.
she raises her hands and says, if you don't mind me speaking up, sirs, it's an awful responsibility. If something were to happen to you, I would be the only ones here to do something about it. And
Yes.
not that I'm questioning my competence, of course, but maybe, Commander, yes.
Yes, I told the doctor that we would possibly be postponing this
okay.
until a time that we could have the entire senior staff present.
Okay. I brought a robe, so I'll just put it back. And okay.
We can ask them to come now if you like, or we could do it tomorrow.
I mean, I don't want to impose on anyone's schedule if they're busy. You know, someone just got married. You know,
Yes.
Jiv is dancing. I don't want to impose upon that.
That is true. I hadn't thought of that. I'm at a loss because I scientifically am very curious about this, what we are about to do, but I also think that logically we should do this the right way. I think I am stalling. I don't think I've ever stalled before. I think this is what stalling is. Is this what stalling is?
I'm all for stalling. I'm actually really scared.
So,
All right.
a bird flies past your face.
I'm sorry, what?
A bird flies past your face.
Did we both see it?
Yes. And you hear the chirping sounds as it just zips past you both. And as you glance to see, instinctively to see where it went, there's no bird.
Did you see that?
I did. Lieutenant Baker, did you by chance just see a bird?
There's no one else in this room with
Lieutenant Baker? Lieutenant Baker!
you. There is no communication badge on your uniforms.
I think we are not able to stall any longer.
Okay, I guess is this meditation?
I do not know what this is, to be honest. Are we still in the research lab?
Yes. You're still in the research lab.
I turn and look at the orb in its casing.
It's glowing like it always does, but the doors are closed.
Okay. So, no more stalling.
No more stalling.
So, what do we do? Have you done any research? Do we touch it? Do we...
We can open the doors.
Okay. Do you want to open them together?
Yes.
Okay.
Together. So we start walking forward.
The closer you get to the orb, you think you hear the soft rustle of wind through trees and the distant sounds of forest wildlife chirping. And the closer you get to it, the dull hum of the Sally Ride's ever-breathing engines begins to fade from your ears. Your hands reach forward, and as you open it,
I grab Talon's arm as well.
light fills your vision for a split moment. You're standing on a field of vibrant green grass. And it's overlooking one of the most stunning countrysides. The mountain ranges and beautiful crystal blue skies above you. White clouds drifting in the distance. This place looks untouched and heavenly.
Do I recognize this place?
The mountain range, your Vulcan mind clicking immediately, going through all of its computer-like memories. Every instinct in your body tells you you're standing on Bajor.
Do I feel that too?
You feel familiarity, but an uncertainty as to where you are.
Okay.
And it, all around you, this feels very real. It's a warm day, probably about 85, 88 degrees Fahrenheit.
When she pinches her arm, I crouch down and just touch the grass and the dirt.
You feel the cool soil between your fingers. Maybe there was a rain recently. An insect kind of jumps like a grasshopper might, just away from your hand, deeper into the grass. The grass here is maybe 3 or 4 inches tall. And you just see waves of sunlight reflecting off the blades as the wind blows through here.
I think this is Bajor.
Okay. Is this part of the meditation? Is this...
I think we are...
How do we get back? How do we get back, though?
I don't think we choose when we go back. We're here to experience this, and Lieutenant Sage, I don't think there's anything to worry about.
Well, we don't know that. Like, is this kind of like a... Did we teleport? Did we, like... Because it feels like I'm really here, and I've never been here before, and...
Do you dream when you sleep?
I mean, yeah.
Think of this like a dream.
This is not a dream.
It's a sort of dream.
Oh boy. Okay. So what do we do now? Do we wait? Do we walk? Do we...
Perhaps we should walk.
Okay. I just gotta think like a Vulcan. Walking would be a logical thing to do.
You can think like yourself.
Okay.
What would you do in this moment?
Probably panic.
Well, maybe not panic.
Okay.
Let's walk.
Walk, yeah. But then we should probably mark where we are now, because if what if we can't get back to the Sally Ride unless we're like in this exact spot, like at a certain moment, and if we lose track of this spot, then we could get lost in the meditation.
All right.
I'm not gonna meditate ever again.
I take my foot in the soft ground and I just press it down really as far, like a couple of inches deep, so there's a Vulcan footprint there.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you're really strong. That's a smart thing. Because I'm like, it's not working for me.
We're not going to see it, but it's fine. It's just to make you feel better. That's not in game.
Not feeling better.
I know.
Not now. Not anymore.
I'm not gonna tell her this life vest has got a hole in it. Oh, that was out of character.
All right. Let us walk.
Okay.
As you begin to move, there is a strange calming quality to this place. The alienness of it all is still. I'll let you, of course, how Lark would take all of this, but there is something oddly calming.
I mean, it's really pretty.
And familiar. And it's not the scenery that makes
Okay.
it calming. It's
Okay.
there's something else that as you two are walking. If you've ever had those moments in your life where you did something random or experienced something random and then realized, oh man, I was born to do this. It's one of those rare moments where as the two of you are walking, there's this sudden feeling that you're supposed to be here right now.
Okay.
One thing that does change as y'all are cresting the top of one of these beautiful hills is that in the distance, in the far distance, you see a settlement. It's not so far away that you can't see obvious detail, but it looks like unlike any Bajoran settlement you've ever seen. It's definitely Bajoran, though, judging from the architecture and whatnot. But Talon, being so studied, I'm going to have you make a roll.
Okay.
So I'm going to say for you, Talon, and Lark, you feel free if you think that if Lark would know something about Bajoran history.
Nope.
Okay.
But I'll roll
That was
in case I
kind-
get some kind of vision. I'm like, oh, that's a
I would
cathedral.
say if you want to roll, well, you guys don't have any momentum yet.
I'll
so,
assist.
So Talon, I would say make an insight. I would say make an insight science check,
Okay.
and the difficulty here will be 2.
While they're like inciting things,
No, we have no-
I'm going to take my earring off my ankle and just
Your
hold
earring is on your ear.
it. What the? What the?
Oh,
what?
snap. Oh, snap.
It's not on my ankle.
Oh, snap.
No.
That was that ringing
Your
sound.
earring is actually in perfect position, completed on your ear.
That's what I was confused about. Okay.
One success.
One success. All I can tell you is that it doesn't look like any modern Bajoran settlement.
I look over. Do I notice the earring?
I'm still looking at my ankle, like freaking out because it's not on my ankle.
What are you looking for?
My earring, the one that my mom left me, it's gone.
I lift up my hand and just touch her ear. This one?
Okay, that's weird. Okay. It's complete. Okay. Are we still wearing uniforms?
But there is
Just
no
no-
comm badge.
Okay.
Of course. The day I have it.
How much momentum do we have?
Right now you have none.
None.
Zero momentum.
We don't have momentums and visions, Captain. Gosh. I'm just kidding.
We should have rolled to dance.
Start of the game. Can I roll the dance?
That wouldn't have gotten us momentum.
That's
Doctor.
true.
I think
Tazi
but Tazi could have done it.
There's a funny logic where you're like, well, I can score a crit on this Klingon bird of prey because I danced earlier this game. Let's do it.
I did the Charleston.
I say
Okay.
the same thing to the Klingon. Let's dance.
It's true.
Let's dance.
Okay.
Dance off.
What ear is it on? The
Yep.
right?
I believe the Bajorans always keep it on their right ear.
I think
but
it's the right ear. Yeah, it is.
that's
I would know.
Believe it or not, that's a minor detail that I actually need to refresh my memory on. But I'm
Yeah.
almost certain it's the right
We're gonna
ear.
say it's on the
Yeah.
right ear. I feel like
I feel like it's
that's
like
right.
the Vedics
Get
wear
it.
it on one side and regular people wear it on the other. It might be that, if anyone in chat knows. There's something. Yeah, you want
We'll hit the
Please
wiki.
hold.
We'll hit the
Thank
wiki
you.
in the break. It'll be
All right.
good. We'll be all right.
It's
Star
looking
Trek will
like
survive.
on the right ear.
Okay.
I
Cool.
feel
In
the
the
right is
Vedics, sir.
correct.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. So.
In my
Traditionally worn on the right ear.
okay.
Lots of staring at my Star Trek crush. I'm very confident that it's the right
It's on
ear.
my right ear.
Who? Which one?
Kira Nerys.
Ooh.
Okay.
Marry all of us, Kira Nerys.
Yeah.
I'll be your Odo. Okay, I'm done. Okay.
All
Happy
right.
Pride Day. Or month.
just reaching up and touching it, even though Lark is having a slight panic attack, makes her small. It's the first time she's ever been able to wear it because it's never been complete.
The top of this hill does reveal a path. It doesn't seem to be heading towards the settlement, however. It actually seems to be headed a little farther up. The range that you're in right now is, as you're reaching the top of this hill, you're actually seeing that you are far outside the farmlands and the plains area. And you've actually reached sort of the foothills and the mountains, which are largely behind you, but kind of wrap. I mean, if you've ever seen the landscape of Bajor, it is majestic to say the least. Sitting on the top of this hill, you've come to realize that you're actually in one of these more hilly, rocky areas. The path that you see looks old. Grass has started to grow up in some places. It's one of those paths that you see when you're perhaps hiking and most of the tall grass has grown up over it, but you do see below the artificial domes that the long grass has grown into that there is a footpath, and it leads up into what looks like, I would say the rocky base of one of the larger peaks of these great mountains.
Do we follow the path or do we go to the settlement?
Oh boy.
And right as you ask that question, Talon, a bird flies past you both. Just zips right past you and comes to rest on a large flower that's one of these large, I would say close to like a full-grown sunflower, the way they grow into huge stalks. Some of the plant life around here, one of these flowers is kind of hunched over, burdened by its own weight and size, angled up towards the sun, and this bird is just this brilliant, like bluish orange bird has come to rest on the larger part of this flower stalk, and is very familiar to the one you saw in the research lab.
Well, that's probably important.
Hello?
I don't think it's gonna talk to us.
It is.
But I do it anyway. Hello?
It's chirping consistently,
Okay.
nonstop, like a very excited little bird, and its head keeps kind of peering to the side and kind of angling and getting a good look at both of you. And then after a few moments, it zips along, headed in the direction of the path.
Of course. After you.
Okay. Follow the bird.
I applaud
Follow
you guys.
that bird.
This is a D&D game. You guys would have gone straight to the town.
It's like,
And
I need some new
I
need some new rating
and
boots.
retired
Let's
and
go
started.
to the merchant.
It was super tempting.
Yeah.
But yeah, we gotta go to the
But yes, it does feel like it feels like this bird. It's not so much as just a. It feels like this bird is connected to what brought you here.
Yeah.
And that you were meant to see this countryside, that you were meant to see this settlement, that you were meant to see Bajor in the way it is now. The hike following the bird is not short, which starts to lead both of you to believe that this is more than just a vision. And at one point, you find yourselves perspiring under
so
the heat of the sun.
We feel tired, basically.
Yeah.
Wow.
The hike, after about an hour
we take
or
off our
so.
jackets?
Yeah. I would say after about an hour or so, the two of you begin to realize that this is going to be a bit of a climb. But as you are approaching the foothill of this mountain, you see that not far, maybe 3 or 4 miles ahead, it looks like there is a column of smoke from perhaps a campfire and a cave network in the side of the mountains.
Okay.
Looks like we are getting closer to our destination.
I mean, you don't think we'll be meeting anything hostile, right?
Well, I don't think so. But if we do, we know how to defend ourselves.
You know how to defend yourself. Okay.
If this is just a vision, then perhaps we cannot be hurt.
I pinch myself again. Nope. Not working.
It feels very real.
Yes. I guess we'll just have to be careful and proceed with caution. Okay.
Does this feel more real than the vision we did have with the crew?
Yes. I would say treat this. Imagine how Picard felt in Inner Light when he woke up in that bed.
So, okay.
This has the same tactile, like...
We're gonna be so late for duty.
Every night, you heard it,
30
you
years
smelt
late.
it, you felt it, you could taste it. What is the difference between all of that and reality? Essentially real.
It feels absolutely real.
Okay.
So you continue on. It is a hard climb. It gets pretty steep and the rocks get kind of loose, but it's not enough that I'm going to make you roll for it. It's just...
Oh, thank God.
It is just...
Athletics.
Kind of
sliding down the side of the mountain.
You do have to help each other up from time to time. You are getting a really good example of the very quiet, very usually the undemonstrated strength of a Vulcan as Talon just pulls you up.
Yeah.
If when you are... and as you all reach the base level of this mountain, you, I would say you're about, altitude-wise from where you started, I would say you're about 100 feet.
Okay.
Altitude from the top of the hill that you were at 3 miles ago, down below. Winding, it's always like a constant slope up, then a plateau, then slope up. So it's a steep hike, essentially, up gravel and loose grass and whatnot. But when you finally arrive at the base, you do in fact see a campsite, if you can call it that. It's actually, what you see is, it looks like a pile of wood has been assembled here in a very long established ring of stones that has functioned as a campsite for some time. The other thing you notice the moment you reach this area is the smell of incense. It is strong and blowing in the breeze up here. Very, very similar to like a patchouli kind of smell. Not to make any Burning Man jokes, but there is kind of that spice in the air that is kind of calming the moment you sniff it. It does resemble the incense that you have smelled before if you've, like Talon, for example, if you've ever visited a temple, a Bajoran temple, the Vedics burn during ceremony, you smell that. It's very strong in the air. And as you reach the top, you notice that this actually is not a cave at all, more of an alcove, actually. It only goes that back by about maybe 20 feet before it looks like a scoop in the side of the rock wall. It doesn't look unnatural. Or it looks like it was formed over time and has been turned into what looks like a small makeshift site of worship. And sitting in this alcove is a middle-aged man with olive-colored skin. His hair is a bit unkempt and pulled back into a long ponytail, and he has a short beard. He's wearing clothes that resemble the clothes of a Vedic, but they're a bit worn. They're not quite the same, but they look like they were inspired by it and formed by it. It looks like a monk might if they had dressed down a bit to do some work, essentially. And work is exactly what he's doing. It looks like he has a rock in front of him that he's chiseling against. He looks like he's in the middle of sculpting something. It's hard to see what the shape is, but as you were all approaching, the pounding on the chisel, he just starts to come to a stop, and then he hesitates, and you see the lines, his eyes. He probably doesn't get indoors much. Looks like the sun has basically made its presence known on his skin over long years of staying outside. And as he pauses, he looks up at you, and the both of you see he doesn't look the same, but you can tell those same kind eyes of the Vedic that you saw at your graduation ceremony as an old man, the one that approached you on Narendra Station. It's him, for sure. The look, those those eyes, you can just see it the moment you both approach. And he stops and he says, "Hello, Anel. Hello, Talon. I didn't know this was going to happen so soon." He sets the tools down and he stands up and pulls his shirt up to his shoulders again, puts his hands through the sleeve, and you see what looks like a battered, again, definitely the clothes of a Vedic. And he says, "When this is over, what you're going to realize is the answers are never as important as the questions."
Who are you?
I left my name behind a long time ago. But when I had one, if it pleases you, I was called Urzi Zorga. Had Urzi Zorga. But I left my name behind. It's so wonderful to meet you both finally. The prophets told me you were coming.
I think we already met.
That doesn't surprise me. How did you find your way here?
I was about to ask you the same question.
The Orb of Journeys brought you.
Yes.
I think we meditated.
It's possible. It's more likely you were headed this way anyway, and the tears of the prophets brought you here. Well, look. And he motions behind you. And you see, again, the vista of Bejor behind you. I don't know from what time you come from. I was only told that it would be far, far down my line.
So you are our ancestor.
Yes. I am what connects the two of you.
Why are we here?
I don't know. I don't know what your journey is. The orb doesn't reveal that to me. My journey is that I am the first emissary of the Bajoran people. And I was told that you would come. Do you mind if I ask, how far in the future are you from me?
Would this mess up the Prime Directive? This is way out of...
I honestly have no idea. We...
Far. Really far. How far? What year is it now? Is it the same as our years?
Yes.
By
When is-
Bajoran standard, this would be the year. It's difficult to say, but when you ask him, he says, "I'm not sure that what I could tell you will answer your question, but I will say that if this helps you, for I know that the prophets speak to our people far beyond time, that I am the ones the prophets came to. I am the one the prophets told to tell our people of their existence. We are connected. Talon, at this point, I'll go ahead and give it to you since you were one success away and you kind of put two and two together. This is ancient Bajor.
Yeah.
Easily. This is... This is
It's a long time
ago.
I am at a loss for words. You said the questions are more important than the answers, and I have many questions.
And I have no answers.
Neither do I. And yet, I have many things to tell you. Perhaps we should start by you asking me your questions. I don't know how much time we're going to have together. But if the tears of the prophets brought you here, if the orb of journeys brought you to this place so that we could speak, then it must be because of a question you have to ask.
When did you learn about the Orb of Journeys? Did the prophets tell you about it, that we would be coming because of it?
It's a difficult question to answer. I don't know how to properly communicate to somebody who still perceives linear time.
Are you a prophet? Are you a prophet speaking to us in the form of this Urzi Zorga?
No, the name has been left behind. I simply am the emissary. I can tell you that on occasion the prophets will choose to speak through me, but I can't predict when that's going to happen. They might be speaking through me now.
What is the pool, and are we causing it, or somehow directly?
No and yes.
Oh.
The pool is something far more ancient than Bajor.
We are causing it?
Yes. And no. I'm sorry. I imagine that must be very frustrating.
Is there a way for us to stop it? It's causing a lot of gravitational anomalies and
Yes, there is a way to stop it.
How?
It is not a malicious force. But it is being used
destructive.
maliciously.
Used by who?
I don't have that answer.
What is this?
It may not be a person. It may be anything.
What is the source of the pull?
If I give you too many answers, then you will not take the journey.
Journey.
Thank you.
It's
Where?
Can you at least give us a general direction of where we should go?
yes.
Okay, that's good.
His name is Rafael Martinez.
Our captain.
I don't know who he is. Only that the prophets have told me his name.
Is he an emissary?
No, he's not an emissary. But he is a part of the pull.
Okay.
I think our time is up.
Wait, do you know if my parents are still alive?
He stands and says, "It's difficult to answer questions like that when I don't exist in linear time."
Well, we exist in linear time.
You do. To me, you are both alive, dead, and yet to be born. And now, I can tell you this. And it will be of some small comfort, I'm afraid. I don't know what your journey is, but I do know that sometimes, even if we never find who it is we're looking for, and he reaches out and puts his hand on the earring at the side of your ear and he says, "It does not mean they have not found us."
any case, it was nice to meet someone of my family. Even though you're, I guess, pretty old.
I suspect in your timeline I'm ancient.
And it was nice meeting you.
He leans forward and rests his head on your shoulder as he gives you a very, gentle hug. And as he pulls back and looks at you, he just says, "You'll find your answers before the end. Stay on the path. The journey is always what's important." He looks at you.
If you do not have answers for us, then we should go.
He stands in front of you and says, "Do you know your own questions, Talon?"
I thought I did.
Then you have an answer. That's not something to be angry about. You've taken another step towards your truth. Disenchantment is one of the greatest gifts we can receive in our lives. It's part of waking up.
That is easy for you to say.
Not as easy as you might think.
I just put a hand on Talon and say, sometimes it's okay to not think like a Vulcan.
That is hard.
You must go now. He continues to stare intently at you, Talon.
Talon turns and heads back toward the path. And then she turns and says, "Sage!" I'm
Thank
sorry.
you.
And I run down the path.
Okay.
Sage doesn't want to leave.
As he watches Talon run, he just smiles and says, "She will be one of the wisest among her kind."
She pretty much already is.
Thank you, Manel. I'm happy I got to meet you.
It's nice to hear my name. It was nice meeting you too. I should probably catch up. She's a fast runner.
Lark, as you turn, the disorientation of finding yourself in the research laboratory staring at Talon, who is still with that look of anger in their eyes, and you hear Lieutenant Baker going, Sirs? Are you... Sirs? Your eyes have teared up from remaining open for too long, staring at each other this whole time. Moments have passed, but it's almost like you just come out from like a deep dive underwater. And Lieutenant Baker's just, "Are you okay?"
Talon reaches towards the two pads and just rips them onto the floor and
just crashes to the ground.
Runs out of the research lab.
Lieutenant Baker flinches, slightly afraid, and then as Talon runs out, she goes, What's happening? Is she all right?"
She'll be okay. And I'm assuming my earring's gone.
No.
Still there?
Yes. You were there. The earring he gave you was real.
She'll be okay. needs a little time to process everything. How long were we out for?
Out?
Or meditating?
You two stopped in mid-sentence. You were kind of in the middle of a stutter, the way you do, and then all of a sudden you started staring at each other. And at first I thought you were going to hit each other, and then you both started crying, and I couldn't understand what was happening. And I was about to call Dr. Shishiros when you suddenly snapped out of it. Do you want me to still call Dr. Shishiros? I've never seen the Lieutenant Commander do anything like that.
I think maybe we should have a meeting.
Oh. Well, yeah, I guess Lieutenant Commander Talon does like meetings.
Yeah. Would you be able to possibly get in contact of the captain and Commander Rue and say that a meeting should happen maybe in a few minutes? I'm gonna go check on Lieutenant Commander Talon.
It's late. Are you sure I should contact him?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
okay.
Probably a good idea. We should probably have a meeting.
Okay. You're
I
senior
think a
staff,
meeting
so.
is a good thing to have.
Okay, sure. I'll call a meeting.
Okay, thank
wow,
you.
I'll call the
Lieutenant
captain and
Baker.
tell him to come to a meeting.
I mean, I can do it. But
No,
I
I'll
should
do
go
it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a lieutenant commander myself, and or am I a lieutenant? Sorry. No. Yes, I'll call the meeting.
You're a lieutenant. You should call the meeting.
I'll call the meeting.
I'm gonna go check on Talon.
You talk to Lieutenant Commander Talon.
Yeah, because I'm also a lieutenant.
Right.
Man.
We're lieutenants. Okay.
Okay.
And Lieutenant Baker moves over, and you see she just kind of goes, okay, Lieutenant Baker to Captain Martinez.
Baker here. Is everything all right? I mean, Martinez here. Is everything okay?
You're in like your fourth glass of tequila.
I am.
I don't know, sir. I just had an event take place near the orb inside the research lab, and Lieutenant Commander Talon rushed out the door, visibly angry after throwing things on the floor. And Lieutenant,
Okay, go ahead and notify the doctor. I'll be right there. I'm on my way.
Oh, yes, sir.
Head out. Do they have their jackets back on?
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
The jackets and everything, the insignia, all of it was back
I don't
on.
want Commander Rue to see me.
So as you step out of quarters, we're going to go ahead and jump on break.
Okay.
We're going to go ahead and do this now. So we'll try to. We'll definitely be. We're going to break a little bit early because I want to try to give us as much time as possible because we're cutting in on our time a little bit tonight. So stay tuned, guys. We'll be right back in about 10 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody. Hi. We are back from our break and still kind of emotionally compromised. So let's go ahead and jump back into. Let's go ahead and jump back into the game. When we last left off, we were convening. Apparently, Lieutenant Dorothy Baker had been ordered to call a senior staff
Lieutenant
meeting.
Baker.
Basically, yeah.
Captain Baker.
Captain Baker. So we'll go ahead and start with. The meeting that you guys are calling. Are we going to have Martinez? Were you rushing down to the research lab?
I'm running like a great action sequence.
Okay.
There's a bit of a Dutch angle. I'm running down the hall, heading to the research lab.
It's
Okay,
very like
cool.
dramatic
Oh,
string music.
We're not in the
Star
research
Trek
lab.
If
Talon,
I can, where were you guys?
Yeah,
Talon ran out.
Right.
I ran
ran.
out after her.
Okay. So then,
Right?
real quick, just so I know where everyone's moving, where are you headed?
I'm running to the shuttle bay.
Okay. Then it would probably occur to you as you're chasing, like, where she's headed.
Or I can just be like, computer, where's Lieutenant Commander Talon?
No. You're fine. Don't worry.
My
yeah.
necklace out? What? All right, no.
You have a little
You
cut.
scratched yourself.
Oh,
you
I'm
scratched
bleeding?
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're bleeding quite a bit.
Oh,
What?
I just noticed that too, and I was like, maybe it's ketchup. I don't know what he ate. Or
So I've blacked out on this stream, and now I'm like
I am the worst.
oh my
Thank
God!
you.
What?
I was
on the side of his
trying
neck.
to coordinate a tissue get to you.
I was like getting nervous. I was like, what is going on to my left?
like-
I'm excreting vital fluids that keep me alive. Okay. Thanks, Dr. Throllo. I thought you were going to help me here, but
I'm
no.
the worst doctor.
I'm stepping in
I don't know what I did.
for the rest of
You
the
might have like scratched yourself or something.
Probably just scratched myself. Yeah.
Like it feels like it's not like anything crazy.
Yeah, it's just a tiny slice, so I think your nail maybe caught yourself or something.
Well, so remember,
Cats have
kids,
sharp claws.
clip your fingernails.
You and
all right.
Tazi got into a fight.
Yeah. Okay, so you're headed to the you're headed to the shuttle bay. You are headed down to the shuttle bay after her.
I just yeah.
So what you would probably find out is about the time you hit the turbo lift. I'm going to say that she beats you to the turbo lift because she ran out a little ahead of you.
Yeah, she's really fast.
So getting in the turbo lift, you're basically going to have to check in to find out where she's headed.
Computer, where's Lieutenant Commander Talon?
Lieutenant Commander Talon is headed, Lieutenant Commander Talon is in the turbo lift.
Oh, cool.
It's
Okay.
in turbo lift C.
Computer, what floor is Lieutenant Commander Talon's turbo lift stopping at?
Lieutenant Commander Talon's turbo lift is stopping on deck. Actually, what deck is the shuttle on? The shuttle thing? I think
Shuttle bay.
I know we haven't used the deck system in a while.
Yeah.
This is me constantly having to
Give
like.
us a second. Give us a second.
How dare you
I
expect
don't-
us to know
I don't
the
think I
answer to these very basic questions?
Computer,
Bonnie?
where? I'm just gonna start like. It's like, where is this located?
To make a long story short, the
Okay.
computer basically triangulates that Talon is headed straight for the shuttle bay.
On it. Okay.
And it doesn't take much to figure out that that's where she's going. So
Stupid deck 10.
it's deck 10.
Of course it bloody is.
So heading to deck 10, you're getting kind of winded chasing after Talon,
Yeah.
but when you reach deck 10 and rushing out, you see that a couple of ensigns in the hallway have kind of moved aside and they see you. And
Move.
they're like, she went that way, Lieutenant.
Thank you.
All right.
Are
so,
any of them injured?
you tell
Get out of my way.
Hold on.
Talon.
Lieutenant
Talon.
Sage 2.
Hold up.
I'm not
hold
just
up.
Commander Rue.
running. I am like
I was gonna say, you tell me. Are any of them injured?
yeah, I'm angry running. and
Okay, then
Anything that's in my way or in my vicinity will get swiped
There-
at or something.
Then there is one ensign that's on the ground with another lieutenant hovering over them and looking up at you, kind of shocked and confused.
Go see Dr. Thurlow. Commander Rue from Lieutenant Sage. Yeah.
Oh,
Security. We need a security override in Shuttle Bay. Blah, blah, blah.
it'd be Shuttle Bay 1.
What's going
Shuttle Bay
on?
1. Long story, just security override. I think Talon's trying to jump ship.
Okay, I suspend
Also, I'll see you
the
in the
holodeck
meeting.
simulation
Okay.
and I give orders
I'm really dizzy now because I'm breathing
to
hard.
shut down that bay immediately.
Okay.
The door.
All right. So this is how this is all going to play out. So as you run past these two and these two crew members,
Go see Dr. Thurlow.
yeah,
Go see Dr.
you run past them basically as you hear them saying, "Medical emergency, deck 10."
On my way.
You continuing to run.
See you in the meeting.
This is basically what happens. Lark, you're running around the corner after you're done talking to the commander, and as you round the corner, Talon, you're running towards the shuttle bay doors, to the big double doors that are about to open in front of you, and just as you're approaching them, you see force field activate right in front of you.
Goodness. Good.
The force field is registering a tremendous amount of force being thrust against it, and in no way going to endanger that force field.
I am unconcerned by that, but I'm going to be moving with all alacrity 4 decks down. If
Okay.
the turbolift takes too long, I will slide right down the Jeffries tube. Right
I start
Okay.
punching the ground.
So you round the corner, Lark, and see a hulked out Talon basically slamming any kind of physical violence that she can enact upon anything that's nearby. At about that point, 2 security officers arrive behind you, slightly winded, with their phasers drawn, set to stun. And when you wave at them, they stand back.
It's okay. Talon. I'm not getting too close to her because I know she can knock me out in one hit.
She's
I'm in a force field.
she's
But not surrounded by one. You're just this force field.
Am I not surrounded by one?
No,
No, it's just
no
blocking
the force field is just in front of you.
Oh crap! Force field. Wait, I can do that, right?
But the
Oh, I see. The entire
The hallway has been blocked by a force field. That standard security
I'm
measure.
still in the
that they use?
hallway? Sorry, I
Yes.
thought I was in the shuttleway.
No,
Yes.
that's okay. So it's okay. So yeah, the hallway has essentially the security field has been activated right in front of the shuttle bay doors, where you collided and smashed into the force field to try to get through.
Okay,
And
I'm gonna smash for a little while, but then eventually I'll turn around and.
Okay, you turn around.
She does,
another
I'm
way.
gonna put a force field.
So
I
Talon,
can do that.
again, whatever your emotional state. So you turn around and you see you are confronted by two security officers in the duty golds with phasers drawn and set to stun, and Lark telling them to hold off.
Are they in the force field with me? Or?
No, they are. So when you reach when you reached the doors and couldn't get through, you've turned around and they're behind you, with phasers drawn, and they're if you're looking to leave this corridor, they are between you and the way out of this particular section of the corridor. Is it my initiative yet?
They're a crew to protect.
So that is where we are right now.
So I approach them menacingly.
Talon,
Okay, they take some steps back and lower their phasers.
I'm gonna take a step forward instead.
Bonnie, okay, so Lark steps forward, Talon, as the ensign step back.
Talon,
Move.
running from the answers are not going to help us find the questions.
Move.
Okay, I'm going to move.
I start
But-
running. I start moving towards her. I'm not.
So you are maybe 2 steps away from her. She's not moving. What are you doing?
I just.
Okay. I need you to both make a melee combat roll.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
This is going to be a daring security roll.
oh, okay.
Great bad choice.
Okay.
Love it.
I'm a daring
don't
little.
have a
I'm a
choice,
daring
I'm
little
control.
sage.
No, I
That might save me. There's no fitness involved, right?
This is daring security.
Okay, cool.
It's daring security. The difficulty is 1, and
Mine
it's
is
a
not
contested
great,
roll.
so.
Team. Okay.
Although, do I get to pop a Vulcan rage or something?
If you want
I feel like that should be
to,
a thing.
give it a
Can I focus in hacking? Because I'm trying to hack her. I'm just looking.
That's an all-time Bonnie argument moment.
Yeah.
I want that to
yeah, let's be.
That was.
I'm trying to hack into Talon's insecurities right now. and-
craft.
She's the small craft. I'm trying to fly.
This is like, is Talus in a pyramid? All right.
Oh, what about no. Okay.
So go ahead and roll. There's really,
I'm trying
I
to
have not found,
calm her
unless there's a new rule that's come out recently, I have not found any rule specific that illustrates
Vulcan rage.
that illustrates Vulcan strength and that sort of rage. Instead, I like to apply it narratively. So my take
Yeah,
on
to
this,
apply what?
I apply this
narrative.
narratively. So we're gonna as a Vulcan who is enraged, what I'm basically gonna do is probably. I'm going to make a house rule here, and I'm just going to probably give you some bonus dice to damage if you hit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
If I hit, though. Okay.
Yes.
So-
I mean, Lark, depending on what
did
Lark
good.
does.
I
I
control maybe not aiming us any better than.
Yeah, true. That's true.
Okay. Here
And
I
you
go.
also have, of
You
course,
might win because my daring and fitness is, or what is it?
it's daring and security.
Daring and security. Not great.
Although your neck pinch too, if you remember correctly, functions on science and.
Oh, please don't neck pinch me.
Well, I just pushed.
I have
her,
something
though.
to say.
I'm
Go
not
make your roll. Difficulty is 1.
Very good.
I did real good.
Oh boy.
I got 2. There's no focus, right? Is there a focus?
Do you have focus in hand to hand or anything like that?
No.
That would be what would count here.
Then no, I got 2 successes.
How many did you get?
I got 3 because I have a natural crit.
Okay. So
So I slip?
no, she basically tried to shove her out of the way, and like Lark, when you see her elbow go up, you know that a strike or a push is coming, and Lark literally just jumps backwards.
Great.
However, since you won melee combat, you do have the option of hitting back or trying to
just
restrain
trip
her. Huh?
She won the check. She rolls damage. If she wants.
If
she
she
body-
wants
Or
to.
she can like
doesn't.
disengage or grapple.
It's not an automatic thing. You can refuse to. Basically, what happens is if you win melee, you have the option of immediately getting a free attack.
I don't want to attack her. I just want to kind of grab her like
That would be an attack.
in a hug.
You don't have to be doing damage,
I want
but you can
to.
do
I want
that.
to hug attack her.
Okay,
Is that
then yes, absolutely. So
And just hold on and just go for the ride. She can drag me around.
Lark lunges back and then throws herself on you, and successfully, because of her roll, locks her arms around you in a hug, and basically like grapples
attack.
you essentially.
Talon, if you're running from this, you're taking me with you because you are not flying a shuttle out of this without me
I try to get out.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. You're a lot stronger than me.
So I'm going to spend
I'm just trying to do
2
this,
threat
basically.
to give Talon a bonus die.
Great. I'm about to get my ass kicked.
I'm just trying to get out of the ship.
So, so you two are gonna have to make a melee combat roll again.
This is not logical.
And after this happens, I'm gonna have the ensigns act. But right now, go.
Am I doing a
It's
count?
another combat roll. She's
Two
trying
dice?
to break
What's
free.
the difficulty?
It's always 1 in melee combat.
Okay.
So
And it's daring security again?
Yep.
Damn. I got 2 successes.
So did I.
2 successes. Tie goes to defender. Doesn't it?
The defender? So you.
Oh, that's right. So it
What?
goes to the active player. No, it goes to. No, you're right. It goes to
active
Talon.
player?
So
Okay.
it goes to
Person who initiates.
I'm about
So I
to get hooked.
I just do this. I just want to
Yeah.
get out of this bear hug and
Okay.
keep running.
I'm going to spend threat. So now I'm going to need you to roll.
Oh, crap.
Do you remember what is unarmed damage? Is just 1.
If she's doing that rather than a disengage action.
I'm
Which is-
I'm so her. It's not
Are you trying
disengage.
to hurt her, or are you just trying to break the grapple?
I'm just trying to.
You can't. I'm ruling you cannot disengage until the grapple is broken.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can't. So this is you roll. If you're going to get Lark off of you, Talon, this is
I
going
have
to
break
require
the
violence.
grapple and roll dice to do that. Roll damage.
So I'm going to say roll a damage dice. So my question is what damage roll for a
one.
unarmed attack? So it's 1
Plus security.
plus security.
Wait, what?
So I think
rolling
that's 3
damage.
dice
Yeah.
for
So you're
me.
getting damaged, and
Doctor, where are
On
you?
their way. So as soon as
Dr.
you tell me I'm there, I'm there.
and
Remember, you
I'm gonna assume I'm gonna be injured.
If you have, there have been net successes, and you can use momentum to re-roll dice that do damage.
that's actually
There have been. Do we have
because you have no momentum, and because this is a great narrative moment in which there's conflict between crew, I'm going to be using threat to give you these bonuses.
Okay.
Thanks,
Because this
Eric.
is definitely so. Go ahead and roll. Yeah, go ahead and roll your dice.
Did you kill me?
4.
4 damage.
Yeah. Right. This is right.
That's,
I'm going to.
that's gonna be at least
Oh,
a
I
nosebleed.
could have done that. Oh no. Yeah, I'm not used to doing that.
You just broke your little bird.
Maybe a bruised rib.
My cousin.
Okay, so Lark, it's not enough to knock you unconscious. 5 would have been if you hadn't been able
Right.
to roll.
I'm still alive.
So
All right,
Lark,
I'm
4 damage to your stress track.
Yep, I did that.
So basically, what happens is you're gripping Talon. You've got all of your strength around her arms
Which is
as
not
you're
a lot.
clutching her, shouting at her that she's going to have to take you with her. Talon peels you off of her like a child would just pull, like a child would be pulled off a mother's leg. You were just pulled right off of her and sent into the bulkhead of the hallway. You go crashing against it, taking 4 points of damage. And dropping down to your knee. The air just escapes your lungs from the impact. And at that point, both ensigns open fire.
I'm about to die. I'm gonna
I don't want
die.
them to. Can I?
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
It's
of course.
done.
Your action's taken, so you can't do anything right now.
Oh crap!
Yep.
I can talk I'm
You
good
can
at
talk
that.
after this action.
badly. I'm a good
You
bad
can
talker.
absolutely. You can. You can talk. That's correct. Unarmed strike is 1.
Train them, right?
I apparently
Did you roll any effects? Did you roll any effects on your damage dice?
No.
No.
No. Okay. Cool.
Thank God.
Yeah. Talon just went full. You were in the octagon with Talon, right?
She is she's the She-Hulk of my.
When you neck pinch, though, that's where the real damage.
Yeah, thanks for not doing that because
No.
I don't want to be in a coma
Here we go.
today.
Okay.
No.
Tomorrow maybe, but today,
Not tomorrow either.
not tomorrow either.
Why did you just age 7
I don't know.
Good question.
Non-linear time.
You were time traveling.
I'm young at heart, everybody.
One of these ensigns rolled a natural 20, and I'm going to spend a point of threat.
They missed. They shot me instead. Just kidding. That was funny though.
Oh yeah, because the difficulty is up if they're.
Oh, but the other one got a crit.
Ooh.
Or no, I'm sorry, they can't get a crit. I thought oh no, 1 is an auto crit.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just like, no, but they're extras. We're going to have...
Because it's
Man,
difficulty.
I thought I was so excited. Like, wanted a fight.
All right.
did. You won one.
Technically,
Yeah.
I just hugged her though. That's my fighting skills.
To be fair,
Hug attack.
you won and then tied.
It's true.
It's
Have
true.
faith
It's
in
true.
yourself.
I'm a daring little sage.
5. Okay, so you both are going to take 5 points of damage.
Oh my God.
From
Me?
these-
You okay?
Yes.
No. No. I am now at 0.
You are stunned. It was set to stun.
Oh my God. I
So-
feel so bad.
but now my stress check is at 0 right now.
Yeah, so you're going to be unconscious.
Sage get-
Because I rolled a critical failure
Yeah.
on and I spent threat, and so I'm going to rule
Hope
that
you're happy
he-
now. Just killed your cousin.
So basically what happens is firing into melee combat during the chaos of what's taking place. The lurching, the motion that you do, just thrusting Sage off of you, shoving her off of you into the wall. It hits one of the ensigns who accidentally opens fire and shoots right at you. This ensign accidentally clips Talon with the Sage with the stun beam at near point blank range, which is very bad. It's still going to count as stun damage, but Lark, since you don't have any
I'm
momentum,
and I'm at 0.
did you gain any momentum from your rolls? Out of curiosity.
Huh?
I don't think you did.
It feels like there should
at
be
least
one.
I think you gained one.
She
One
got-
was net.
I think so, yeah.
Then yes, then you have one momentum that you could spend. I believe, is it one momentum to stay standing? I think
2.
it's 2 momentum. Oh, you're right. It is 2.
But
I'm
you can use
unconscious.
determination.
Or
Yeah, if you wanted to.
Rosebud.
you can
So-
use determination if you want.
It's bad. I'm dead.
Okay, so
I'm dead.
I'm unconscious. Come find me, doctor.
That's a very
All right.
important distinction.
Can I do a really epic death? Okay.
we're gonna pull this together now. Okay. Commander Rue, you're rounding the corner just in time to see. You see, first of all, you see a couple of things. You see that the force field is still up, humming away. The walls next to the force field have indentations and knuckle marks in them. On the floor is Talon and Sage, unconscious.
I'm unconscious too?
Yes, unless you didn't have any momentum. You
took
took
5.
5 points of damage. So
Yeah.
unless you can spend momentum, that is an
or a
automatic.
determination, or choose to inflict a complication. You
Yeah.
have a couple ways out if you want to avoid this injury.
I mean, it's
you
just
want.
an injury, though. It's not unconscious.
It's an injury, but you're knocked unconscious when you receive an injury in this game.
When it's 5 or more?
Yeah.
Or-
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You're knocked down basically. You're done unless you burn determination or momentum to keep going, which you can do.
I wanted to fight
You can
Rue
shrug it off
with
and
my
keep going.
rage.
Then
If you want to
got
do
options.
that, I'm
Yeah.
not going to say
Yeah,
no,
but I'm not gonna
I'm going to
win.
be the one who puts you out, and I'll feel bad.
I'm not going to win a fight against Rue if I have to pop my determination just to stay awake. So
I don't know.
that's the issue.
I kind of want to see this fight,
Certainly
though.
try.
I kind of want to
especially
see
not
this
gonna
fight.
win.
No, I
So-
mean,
Me too.
Okay, then determine way.
With our time constraint, we're gonna have to figure out what we're doing here. So,
All right.
are you?
What's the other
Are you
way?
taking the shot basically?
Determination,
Gonna bring the
but
scene
we don't
down,
have
or do you
Or-
want
or
to
at
keep Talon
will
going?
and threat.
I want to try. Yeah, I'm going to keep
complication.
going.
Or you can give him a complication.
All right. Do you want to get?
You can reward
You
him
can give
threat.
me threat.
To save my determination,
Yeah.
popping my value?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although popping a value, does that even work for me here?
There's 2 different ways you can do this.
Probably not.
Pop a value,
unless you
or
do.
just choose to willingly have a complication.
I mean, you're already very complicated right now.
yeah, I mean, adding complication just adds spice.
My body on the floor
right,
in
we're
your
doing
way could be a very good complication.
have threat.
We're
Don't
doing that.
step on
Okay.
my head.
I'm taking the threat.
Awesome.
So instead, what you see is an unconscious Lark Sage, 2 frightened-looking ensigns holding phasers, and Talon pulling herself off the floor with a slight wisp of smoke coming from a burn in her uniform where she was stunned from a phaser beam. And Talon looks absolutely animalistic. When she pulls herself off the ground, you see an angry Vulcan out of her mind right now. Driven to a height of emotion that you've never seen on her face. And she just rises up off the ground. And one of the ensigns looks at you and goes, "Commander,
What happened?
she lost her temper, Commander. She attacked. She attacked Ensign Stage. She tried to access the cargo bay, the shuttle bay, sir.
I'm
Get
looking
cover.
for the turbo lift or just something just moving, trying to find a way out.
Of this hallway.
There's so right here in the section of the hallway that you were in. Behind you is the shuttle bay. There is no left or right at the particular area that you're standing in right now. They're literally blocking your access points out.
So I
Yep.
go towards
You're a
them.
cornered animal.
Yep, no way but through.
Yeah.
Please attempt through, I guess.
Yeah.
The ensigns immediately step back again and
Good.
raise their phasers.
Hold.
All right.
Nope.
It's time to go into melee again.
I don't want NPCs shooting at her. There's too much threat here to have NPCs shooting.
Thank you.
I can order them not to.
All right. Make your daring security checks.
All right.
Wish I had popcorn right
I know, right?
Yeah, I actually don't have
Popcorn for.
We're all out of momentum, so.
This is fun.
Oh yeah, you have one momentum if anyone wants to take a dice.
Oh, is there one left? I
There's
think
one.
there's
'Cause
one.
I got one because I rolled 3 on
Yeah,
a
but didn't
difficulty
you
2.
just spend-
I didn't
Oh.
use it because I couldn't do anything. So
All right,
who's
well-
taking it?
I'll take it.
All right.
Well, I'm especially not going to win.
You get it if you call it.
Go for it. Go for it.
All right.
I'm gonna spend threat to give you an extra die.
This is good.
Now it's almost first time
Almost.
Yeah. All right, let's go. Let's go. I love it.
Let's do it.
So good. Ding, 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 ding.
Well, I did good, but clearly not as good.
No, you're fucked.
No, you're fucked.
Yeah.
What just happened? Captain, give us
What?
the
Okay, I need the details. So what'd you roll?
I got 2 that were at my number, and
Okay.
1 clear success. So 3 total.
So 3 total.
That's pretty good, but
That's as good as I could.
6 successes, 2 of which were natural crits.
Okay, so
Amazing.
6, 7, 8, or no, 6 total.
6 total.
Okay, so you're gonna beat the difficulty. So you're
Get
gonna
a
do
buttload
5.
of momentum.
So 5 bonus damage then. Is that correct?
No, the damage is just
That's transferable. It's just a security in your
crunch
unarmed?
plus security.
Okay.
Only
5.
No, I'm using
I thought
crunch.
she gets
Okay. Oh, okay. Go ahead and do
Well,
it.
just
over
it's
it.
Make your attack.
Yeah.
Yep. So
The difference is 3. No, but is it not?
We get no, because
you
I get
attacked.
You're 5.
I was just running
We'll find out.
yeah,
at you.
yeah,
Dang, dude.
a ton.
Oh God, I'm
much?
gonna be unconscious.
Let's
after this.
see. Probably.
Bam.
10.
Come
10?
sleep
Okay.
with me.
I'm gonna spend 2 threat to avoid injury to keep Talon standing.
She can't do
Eric,
that more
question.
than once without a recover task in the middle. Unless you, being the DM, say she can. What am I
More
saying?
than once?
Never mind.
Yeah,
Keep
I was
going.
about to say.
Well, no, that's true by the rules.
Never
Wait, no,
mind.
we
But
want
you
to keep
can
this going.
you can spend 2 momentum to avoid a single injury.
Well, what's your hit points at right now?
5.
You took 5 and then I gave you 10, so I
it-
don't even
You
have 15
gave
hit
me
points.
10.
Yeah.
So they hit you for 10, but damage does not spill over into the negatives in this game. So when you hit
okay.
0, you're
So I'm at
injured, you're
0.
down. Yeah,
I'm at
but
0.
I'm spending threat to avoid the injury.
So that means
Both
you're
of
still
us?
So I
conscious.
still okay. So I'm still at 5 basically.
It is 2 injuries, yes. So you're still at 5. So what I'm going to say, so to avoid the injury, this is how this plays out.
Okay.
So, Rue, you hit Sage with the precision that with a crutch that has dropped Kolar in the past.
Poor Sage. She's already on
Wait,
the
guys, don't beat me when I'm doing
Right,
it.
right.
Yep.
You hit Talon with the power that has taken Kolar down in the back before when you've sparred. Talon goes down, but is not out. When this crutch impacts on this angry Vulcan, she hits the ground, and you see you've definitely knocked the fight out of her. But you see, unlike your Klingon lover, who has occasionally been taking that hit and gone unconscious, Talon does not go full on blackout. And looks at you as she is now. And
Find your center. Breathe.
I try to crawl to get to them.
okay.
I don't stop her.
Can I stand? Am I able to?
No. At 0 wounds, and
Alright, yeah.
yeah,
Fair enough.
you are thoroughly smacked around. You've probably got a fractured pair of ribs, and the stun didn't.
That was for my hug.
Stun is giving you an intense headache as well.
Let your family help. Okay.
And at about that time, Martinez, you round the bend. You've been on a wild chase, Throlo, because you were called down to one of the previous decks, and you are with Martinez when you round the corner as well.
Okay.
going to show the commander what's the opposite of a stimulant?
A sedative.
Thank you. That I have without indicating. Commander, what's the situation?
How are you feeling? Do you have study? Okay. I'm going to put my arm around Talon so that I am around both of her arms, but also giving a hug and offering some pressure to calm. And I indicate that Thrilla can come over because I can grapple if need be.
Lieutenant Commander Talon? We'll see you very soon. And I'd like to apply the sedative.
Unless she fights back.
I don't fight back.
Okay. And Talon goes out. And about that point, you hear Sage starting to stir a little bit.
Yep.
And the instant says, I was trying to get a shot. I accidentally hit her.
Did we stop her? She didn't get off the shuttle? Is she on the shuttle?
Lieutenant, how are you feeling?
Oh, yeah, I'm a lieutenant now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool.
Lieutenant, what happened?
We should have a meeting. Oh. Ow! Yeah. Ow!
Be careful. Don't move it if it hurts. Is that, try just a little.
I look at Commander, I did a fight.
Talon, by the way.
Doctor?
Preliminary indications, I think she's back with us.
Matazi rounds the corner at this point, his dress uniform partially open, and he's running from retiring to the quarters. Long strides, you barely hear him as he's running up. Just, and then he approaches and says, I'll help here.
Ensigns, are you all right?
One of the instances is like, yes, doctor, thank you. I'm really sorry, Lieutenant. We were trying to hit her. We didn't want her to hurt you.
Oh, it's okay.
What happened?
I think we should continue this in the med bay, Doctor.
Please get me your after-action report so we know what the hell went on in here.
So let's go ahead and do a scene cut to sick bay.
I just want Matazi to help me up, but I want to go, you're cute.
When these two clashed, Eric, how much momentum did we get based off of Rue's 6 successes?
I'm gonna say for the scene, I'm gonna just give you guys 3 momentum.
Cool.
Okay, so now we're down 1 because we're cutting.
No. Have 3 momentum.
All right, so we have.
It was a
3.
great scene.
Great.
So take 3 momentum.
Great job, everybody.
Take 3 or we're at 3?
I'm gonna give you now at 3 momentum.
Okay.
So to keep everyone in this scene, it doesn't take long for you to hear, Mala, what's happened, especially because nothing in any of the creatures you've ever come across in your travels feels like a Vulcan losing control. There
I
is.
was wondering. I didn't.
It was an emotional
I didn't wanna,
bomb
force
going
myself
off.
into that scene, but I was wondering.
But you were probably in your quarters and just went.
Holy shit!
It was like, Zadis, I need to hang up. I need to go.
Zadis is probably like, what? Is everything okay?
No. It's fine. It's fine. Bye.
Oh, okay.
So maybe this could be a situation where like Chief Wren is showing up to the med bay as everybody's settling, and
Yes.
like myself and maybe somebody else near the door is like filling her in, like this is what
Yeah.
happened. This is what happened.
So essentially,
Lieutenant
bringing
Baker's like
everybody up to
filling us
speed.
in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as Talon, your eyes start to slowly open to the sounds of tricorders, gentle whirring noises.
Am I strapped in or?
Yes.
Yeah.
Matazi has you strapped in.
I step up anyway instinctively.
Matazi says, she's coming too, and folds the tricorder closed and steps back.
Mala puts her hands over her body, getting ready to feel really angry.
You just feel in like deep sadness and frustration. How specific do you feel things? Because this is.
Depends on if you're hiding it.
Oh, I'm not able to hide.
Then I feel it
anything right
really
now.
well.
Yeah, so it's sadness, it's just frustration, it's disappointment. Yeah, like a huge letdown.
Okay.
I'm okay now, right? Like I'm
You got a headache,
yeah.
as being stunned will give you.
Yeah.
But you're fine.
Thanks.
I would like to be by.
The stimulants have been given to you will eventually deal with that
I'm
headache.
slightly embarrassed by
I'd
what
like
I
to be
said.
by Talon's bedside as she's waking up, or at least if she's waking up, head over there.
Okay.
And I'd like to check in with her.
Okay. So you see Matazi leave your field of vision, Talon, and then a few moments later, the face of Martinez.
Hi, Talon.
I'm sorry, Captain.
You don't have to say that. You don't have to apologize. I'm going to ask you a question. It may seem odd. To the best of your ability, try to answer it, and if you feel like you can't, that's okay. How are you feeling, Talon?
Terrible.
Okay. That's okay. Everybody here cares about you. Everybody here is concerned. They want to make sure that you're okay.
How many were hurt?
Everybody's fine.
Across the sick bay, you hear an ensign go, "We're fine."
Yep, everyone's fine. Don't worry about that. The important thing is that everyone's okay, including yourself. Talon, we've been filled in as best as we can from everybody, from Lieutenant Baker, from Lieutenant Sage, filled us in as well, but...
The door opens and Jivs comes stomping in. Is she okay?
Careful in my sick bay. Thank you.
It's fine.
Sure.
It's fine.
Everything all right?
Yep, yes.
How
Lieutenant
many
Commander.
people are in here?
As many as you want there to be.
Please just... Please...
You want some space, Talon? You want some space? All right, let's everybody clear out.
Matazi just nods, and you see Jiv just go, "Yeah," and he turns immediately and walks out the door. Matazi nods to you and sets the tricorder down, and he starts, "Why don't you follow me? Follow me."
Just tell me twice.
And he starts ushering everybody who is not Talon and the captain out of the room.
Rue,
Pause.
I need you to bring those Kythera blocks for me.
Right away.
Okay.
With all deliberate speed.
All right.
Before I leave, I just go and just place my hand.
The contact of Lark on, like, that feeling immediately evokes...
Oops.
No,
Okay.
it's a good thing. Like,
Okay.
it immediately invokes a sense of familiarity again. Almost a sense of stability. But you... Again, it's like that feeling you had when you arrived. And in that place.
Are you okay?
Yeah, it was actually kind of cool. I've never, been shot before. You didn't shoot me.
And Ensign Sage.
Oh, sorry.
Matazi puts his hand on your shoulder. I'm going to stun you myself if you do not follow me out of the sick bay.
Sorry,
right
yes,
away.
yes, Ted.
Thank you.
Just so you know, you don't have to run away from the questions. I'm just gonna look.
Talon, before I go, I'm going to leave you in the capable hands of our doctor. I'm going to give you some space. We're all going to give you some space, however much you need. But I just want you to know everybody's okay. Everything's okay. We're just happy that you're safe. We are here for you. We're all going to figure this out. We're all going to help you as soon as you're ready to talk about it.
As he's talking, I remember what the Vedic said about him. I have to put my trust in you.
I'm the captain. That's my job. We all have to put our trust in each other.
I know, but it is beyond that, Captain. I've always reserved skepticism towards you, and I am sorry for that.
It's fine. I've always thought we've had a bit of a healthy rivalry, maybe, since Starfleet, but that's okay. That's to be expected. It's there's competition in Starfleet, and I've always considered you somebody whom I respect greatly, and now I consider you my friend.
I consider you my friend, and now I must also let you lead. You are important in ways even more deep than we realized.
Is this part of what you and Lieutenant Sage experienced?
Yes. I cannot. My logic pushed back.
It's okay. It's fine. Talon, none of us know what the hell is happening. You're fine. You're in good company. We're gonna figure this out, and we're gonna need your instinct, which I've always trusted, along with your logic. We will figure this out. It's okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Feel better. Heal up. All right.
Yes, sir.
I'll have somebody send you some good comedy routines from Earth. You can go over. Or
I want calming things.
calming. Okay.
Sure. Yeah. At about that point, Commander Rue re-enters the sickbay.
I walk over to Dr. Shishiros, lean over and very quietly say, I have a block missing. I need you to replicate me one.
I hear that, because Vulcan.
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
Okay.
Right away, sir.
Thank you.
Rue.
Just a moment.
I'm gonna skedaddle.
Okay, the block is replicated.
Never really thought I would find this helpful, anything with sitting still, but really does work. Hope it works.
I need you to do it.
Me?
I look down at my restraints.
Logical. All right. Tell me what to do.
There's a certain structure that speaks to you from the blocks, and it is different for every person. Find it. There's no wrong answer, and there is no right answer. And the calm comes from following the blocks themselves.
Okay.
Start building.
And I just watch them build and just kind of relax.
Outside, Jiv looks at all of you and says, we should probably just go back to our quarters until they need something from us. Sage, what in the hell happened?
Okay, so there was a bird.
And do you basically...
Yeah.
Yep.
So...
dot.
Yeah, so we'll
Cut
leave that scene
Oh,
with
that's
you
beautiful.
going, so there was a bird.
Okay, guys, so there's a bird.
So, next day then. Morning starts, we'll start the morning in your quarters, Mala, as you are just finishing putting your pip on, and you hear Zadis's voice from the comm unit just going, God, is she all right?
You mean Jiv?
No, Zadis.
Oh, is that?
This is a morning call.
I was like,
You're like, what?
what?
Zadis's voice from the screen in your quarters. He just goes, "Is she okay?"
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know. The lieutenant commander is probably one of the smartest people I've ever met, so I think eventually she'll work through it.
I hope so. Some of the scariest people are the smart ones. She's always been really nice to me, though.
Yeah. She's wonderful.
Sage kind of told me what happened, but I mean, I don't understand. But I can empathize with how she feels.
Yeah, I bet you can.
Yeah. Yeah, but not just on that level. I mean, haven't you ever felt just utter disappointment and sadness?
Yeah. That was, about 6 months of my life after I got caught. It was mostly in myself. That was the worst. And then I started getting angry at everybody else for not coming to save me. But then I started to realize nobody knew. And Malgog made sure that I knew that everybody thought I was dead. He did everything right to erode my hope. It was really not cool, as the captain would say.
Yeah. But luckily,
She's on the Sally Ride.
she's on the Sally Ride.
Yeah. That helped me too. Have a good shift today.
Thanks. You too.
Screen deactivates.
See you, Geek. All right.
So the morning meeting is come, and I'm curious if Talon is still in sick bay, or if the morning meeting is happening in sick bay.
That's up to the doctor.
At this point, we're going to say for narrative that everyone's been informed as to the events that took place and have kind of gotten the rundown of what they experienced and what was said, unless there's anything you don't want to particularly impart, but it sounds to me like a full rundown of what happened was given. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So then the next morning, Dr. Protocol is Talon has not shown any sort of impulsive violence.
Unless Rue tells me otherwise, if Talon says she's okay, I'm going to believe her.
Okay. So
Certainly don't think she needs restraints, but
Yeah.
Oh, when you're
I'll
back on the bridge.
hang around.
We're back on the bridge.
are you good? Okay, so Talon will resume her duties then.
Oh, absolutely. When
Okay.
you're back on the bridge.
So then we will start
dear.
we'll start this then.
Did you tell me you were okay?
I mean, I'm not ordering her
If
to
you
be back. I'm just saying,
ever-
like,
Well, I think the meditation helped, but I still am feeling emotions. But at least, yeah, I do think I have a bit more control over I'm not gonna pop a rage again.
I would make it clear, like, you're welcome in sickbay as long as you want to be here.
Thank you, Doctor.
Lieutenant Baker, by the way, is orbiting outside.
Where are we?
So that's what I'm trying to establish.
yeah.
So
We're having a
Okay.
conversation about whether she's checked herself out.
Got it.
So if you've checked yourself out, then we'll start this next day on the bridge.
Sure.
We'll say the morning meeting is taking place where you guys have discussed exactly what it is that has happened.
yeah, and Martinez then learns like the specifics of.
Apparently, this being that is claiming to be the first emissary of the prophets has said that you are somehow connected to the pull.
No pressure.
That you are a part of the pull. And that
Yeah. I just want to one quick thing. I want to just make it known that at the beginning of the meeting, I approached you, Talon, and gave you permission to excuse me as my, if you so choose. I know that who I am can be sometimes intrusive, and I don't have permission to your emotions if you do not wish it.
And then in that, Talon realizes, oh yeah, oh.
I know secrecy is important sometimes.
I thank you for that consideration, but you have every right to resume your duties, and I think we need you to do so.
Then I will stay.
So then the meeting takes place. We have the
Yeah.
meeting. At the end of the meeting.
Meeting.
the meeting is the meeting is somber to say the least, because not only are you in this meeting learning about duty assignments and stuff like that, but the captain also passes on some bad news.
Yeah.
And it's at this point. It's at this.
Sorry, you've been feeling it.
Oh yeah, no, I know. But again,
Yep.
don't intrude unless someone. I don't feel your emotions until you tell me your emotions.
Shiv
Outwardly.
himself actually looks very. Like, Shiv lowers his... I mean, Shiv took over for her.
Yeah.
So Shiv is just like... You see him... You know Shiv pretty well. When you lose an engineer, Shiv takes that pretty personally. As somebody who's empathic and who's worked next to him...
Yeah.
Like you, just like anybody would suspect, underneath that exterior of a Tellarite, he loves everyone that dedicates their lives to the work down there to keep the ship running and going. And... Shiv is just shaking his head. And you can tell, you feel it from everybody in the room.
Yeah.
There's a silence that falls over the conference room as the news is disseminated that...
Did you read us the letter, or just that's for you personally? Bless you.
Thank you.
I'll leave that to the commander. As we're having the meeting, like a ship-wide announcement can happen
That
at the
would
same
totally
time,
be
but
appropriate.
everybody in this meeting is hearing this from me in person or from the commander, and I will say to my engineers, I'll say, Shiv, Mala,
Yeah.
when you get back down there, if you feel like it's appropriate, maybe you can say a few words to your department.
Yeah, let's say a few words.
Okay. Thank you.
That was her engineering before
Yes.
it was my engineering and before it was your engineering. She's in this ship.
She's in the ship.
We'll say a few words.
Thank you. And then meeting.
So we
End of the
cut
meeting.
to you guys on the bridge, again, still in orbit over this alien world.
Before even the bridge, we're at the end of this meeting. We have to figure out what's next.
Yes.
Where do we want to go, Captain?
Because right now, technically, your orders are War Patrol, which is, of course, you guys have been said, but if you end up doing nothing but scientific exploration, just making sure you cast a wide net, we'll accept that. Nash wanted to keep you all out of that War Patrol, if possible. So, Shackleton Expanse thus far has been untouched by the war.
Yeah. But there is conflict out here. There are threats. There are worlds to explore.
But apparently, Martinez, you're supposed to know the way. So,
Apparently.
what's that?
I'm incredulous about this. I'm like asking in a nice way to the lieutenant and lieutenant commander. Was there anything else that he said? Anything else? Just that I was a part of the pull.
He was very vague. He said that sometimes the questions are more important than the answers. Something like that.
That is such bullshit.
I know. It was like a fortune cookie.
He talks like a Q.
Shiv just goes, he talks like someone who's inside of an orb of journeys. That whole destination isn't as important as the journey thing.
Yep, he said that too.
Inside of the orb?
Well, I don't know. I don't know how it works.
At this point, we have to take it at face value that this is what actually happened. You were there, Lieutenant. You have an earring. Lieutenant Commander, what were you going to say?
It felt more corporeal than any vision that I've ever experienced or heard described. It felt like we actually were there in ancient Bajor with him.
Like I said,
Can I scan for stray tachyons?
Sure.
I don't know if that's likely to do anything, and I know we
Yes.
don't have a lot of
Yeah,
time,
that'd
but
be
like, is there physical proof that you just traveled through time? Like, I don't understand how any of this orb stuff works. That's my
that's
interest.
physical
I mean,
proof. Scan
scan my
that.
ear-
Yeah, well, yes, for sure.
Yeah.
That worked last time.
I
We
would
found
say
so many things.
this is going to be a science roll. I would say this is going to be a reason science check.
And while she's doing that,
Difficulty is 1.
I'll sort of just ask everybody, my senior staff here, just sort of, what's next?
Are you scanning with a tricorder?
What do you think?
I'm assuming you're standing with the tricorder. Is that?
Yes?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
Well,
What do you think we should do?
as well, we followed the bird down the path.
Bird.
The bird. So, just find your bird. I don't know, Captain. Oh dear. Whoa.
But roll.
What did you say the difficulty was?
1.
3.
Okay.
Well, wait,
Gain
does
your-
it focus on what?
Probably none of my focuses are going to apply here.
So go ahead and get that momentum.
Genetics? Would a focus apply? Because then
No.
it would be okay.
There are no residual tachyons. Both of them and the ear ring. Nothing
Something
unusual.
real happened, but not. It's not the normal kind of time travel.
It's also worth noting, and I'll just tell you all this, that it's not unknown that the way the orbs work really defy explanation.
Yeah.
No Federation scientist has really been able to understand how they work.
It's not
Right.
logical.
It is not. They don't play by the rules.
Sage, he said something. He said that we are connected through him.
Yes.
Was there something else he said then?
He also said yes and no when we asked about the pool.
Yes.
If we were directly causing it.
Yes, he said yes and no. Which I believe is what may have sent
Or
me.
no and yes.
See, this is why I gave up on religion. No offense.
None taken.
None taken.
Everyone's like, no, Jiv, we're with you there, man.
All right, so
So what, we go looking for birds?
we're looking for metaphorical birds,
I guess maybe
Lieutenant Commander.
where do you feel you're being pulled towards?
That's one
Also-
possibility.
I mean, has there been any documented...
Call you little bird?
That's another possibility.
Have we... Something just occurred to me. Have we even checked in to see if there's been any more, like incidents of the pool since we got frozen in time?
We've been a little busy.
We haven't. I can have the science team do a scan, or
Sure.
I can do a
Lieutenant
scan.
Baker, yeah. Can
Go through reports.
Go through reports, yeah. Are you saying, Jiv, that we should follow a map?
I just don't... So she was saying that we might be directly responsible for the pull, or we are and we're not. It's just that Sally was frozen and out of action for over a year. I'm just wondering...
The science
Maybe
team had
if-
started working on reconciling the star charts, right? Have they turned up anything?
Lieutenant Baker has done an extraordinary job. But nothing. She hasn't reported anything anomalous, but she wasn't looking for anything
So-
necessarily either.
Honestly, then, the question is, I guess all of us as players are asking you, while the Sally Ride was taken out of commission, did anything occur?
Because we wouldn't have that on record, no.
We have to find out.
There wasn't anything immediately in the records.
But people might not have.
It's entirely possible.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Can we do a scan of any recent gravitational anomalies, and then if they exist, I want to see if we map them on a star chart, if we zoom out, maybe there's something that points to a direction or something.
I would say you'd probably need to launch some probes, but you could totally do that.
Okay. Can we?
Yeah. Is that what you guys want to do?
I mean,
Yeah.
let's throw out.
Probes? We need
Let's
some
probe.
engineers.
Let's get some probing done.
I'm ready
Okay.
to probe. I can use my navigation focus to kind of
to
help
chart them.
navigate.
Okay.
navigate.
So a ship-wide effort goes underway immediately to rally the science team, the Ox crew, and everybody's coming together, and really the whole brain power of the ship to start not only putting these probes together, but to doing a vast sensor sweep of the Shackleton expanse. And also checking records, communications that weren't encrypted or off limits. There's really a wide... Sally is basically casting a huge net to find out if there's any anomalies. So, did you have a thought?
I would like to put in a call for a favor.
Okay, who you calling?
I'm going to call Kolar, see if he'd be willing to get me information on most recent scans in the Klingon Empire of that asteroid field where we experienced the pull. I want to start to find out the status of places where there has been the pull.
Okay.
Trion 7.
Yep.
So we'll cut to you in mid-conversation with Kolar. And he says, He's sitting at his desk. It's unusual to see. He's got his new rank on him. The captain's badge, like he has the bandolier and the shoulder pads and everything. He looks like a man of authority now, for sure. You see the crest of the sword of Kalis, the crest of the Klingon Empire behind him as he's sitting at his administrator's desk. And as you hear the chirping sounds of him entering data into the console, he just shakes his head and he says, "I knew that when you called I would be angry." He's like, "As I sit here at this desk and you are out there discovering phenomenon and seeing whatever it is you're seeing that's not the inside of a desk."
I'm grateful to arouse such passion in you, Kolar.
Yes, it's unusual seeing you not sweaty. I'm not sure I like it.
Well, maybe I'll have shore leave sometime soon, or we'll get you out of that desk.
Were you on it?
You first.
Sending our data over now, Commander.
Much obliged.
This is better than. Oh, never mind.
They're gonna.
And the transmission ends. Data comes through, and as it starts coming up on the screen, you see the Klingon Empire has been charting some anomalies in the area. It does look like your typical spatial anomalies that are generally encountered in space. A few of them, Klingons don't do a lot of investigating unless it's going to be a threat. You do see that there looks like there was an incident recorded somewhere in the Shackleton Expanse that was not investigated at all, but it was on a scale that does not match the size of the gravitational anomalies that are typical of the Shackleton Expanse. It looks like there was a gravitational anomaly that took place.
Okay.
But it was so far out from Klingon sensors that it looks like it got overlooked. But it is flagged. Like, it looks like he said, okay, it was like a keyword search, gravitational anomaly, There's about 60 of them.
Okay.
So it takes about 2 hours as you're kind of reading through. Okay, that doesn't and referencing it, but you see one lead.
All right. And nothing really significant from my check through status of planets like Citrian 7 and places where we experienced the pull.
So the Federation records will show.
It happens once in Klingon space.
There is a Federation science team that has been assigned to Citrian 7, and they're still waiting to ship out. Because right now the Federation is up to its neck and getting its ass kicked by the Dominion. And it looks like personnel who are being sent on these endeavors are being pulled back. And judging from the looks down the personnel roster, Commander, you're seeing that a lot of science personnel are being reassigned to surveillance, countermeasures, everything that the Federation can bring to bear to make science into warfare. It looks like people are being basically, and you can see the losses the Federation has taken. They're not doing it without need. So as a result, Citrian 7 remains completely unstudied. But the report that you received is completely accurate. The planet itself has been, it looks like the pull never happened. And distant scans have shown Citrian 7 where the facility was once located on the surface, apparently is not there. There is no trace of a facility ever being on Citrian 7.
I write a tactical brief underlining the importance of maintaining internal security within the Federation given the existence of a biological weapons facility there, and recommending that for strategic purposes, the area be investigated.
Smart.
The scariest ones usually are very smart.
If we weren't about to wrap up, I'd give you momentum for that.
Take it and carry it over to
next week.
Okay, I'll agree with that.
We're at 5 momentum.
I will put you guys at 5 momentum. That was really clever, Sam. So yes, you basically flag it as a security issue, which will probably get a little more attention. Before we stop and go on, let's go ahead and make the science roll real quick. So this is going to be a culmination of, we're going to say for the past week, the Sally Ride has maintained its stations keeping here in the system, doing basic scans of the planet, but also the stars, gathering scientific data. But bulk of her mission objective right now is casting that wide net. So I'm going to set a very high difficulty of 5. which the Sally Ride can totally manage. Because you're using your sensor, so the difficulty is going to be reduced to 4.
Yeah.
I'm going to have Talon. You can make a roll, assisted by Sally.
Can I assist for
You
navigation?
can assist. You can assist as well, and not navigation. I'm basically the engineering department. Like I said, the whole brain
then
power of
maybe
the ship.
Molly should.
So the computer systems. But what I'm going to basically say is. Using navigation, using the science suite, and using the information you guys have all got, you spend a week basically chipping away to find information. So I'm setting the difficulty at 5, reduced to 4. So go ahead and make your roll. The ship can assist, and you can assist if you'd like, Lark, with your
Control
computer's
con.
background.
My stars.
I'd also like to pop my determination.
Do it.
Okay, go ahead. I don't even. This is going to be pretty good. All right, so go ahead and make the roll really quick.
Okay.
I'm going to roll
Do you
for
need to know which
Lieutenant
one?
Baker.
I mean,
You have a directive for this.
I do. There you go. Okay.
All right,
Is it
and
sensor science or sensors?
Yeah, science, because
Yep.
it's 5 down to 4.
yep. So
this
go ahead and
is
make the
reason-
roll. Difficulty is 5.
Reason science for me, yeah?
And Talon did use a
Control
momentum.
con for me.
Oh.
Yes.
I did use a momentum, so I'm re-rolling one.
Yeah, do it.
Yep.
1, 2. Okay. 2, 3.
Tell me what you get.
Ooh, 6 total.
2
That was a crit.
for me.
Okay. So you guys knock it out of the park.
Did we both crit?
You said 10?
Yeah. So the Sally Ride sends out probes, manages to cast a very wide net into the Shackleton expanse. After about 3 days of getting information fed back to you, you encounter evidence of a gravimetric shift of epic proportions near a nebula not far from here that just happens to be shaped like a bird.
Oh!
And that's where we're going to stop tonight's game.
Cool.
Oh my god!
Full momentum.
Beautiful.
All right, guys. Good game. We would normally sign off here, but we're actually going to stand up and
Hold on.
head over to
Don't
the
leave
loft
yet.
set.
Don't go.
So stick around because we're literally just changing cameras, right? Or are we going to
Yeah.
just
Can
okay.
I take my
All right.
uniform off? I got really sweaty.
Can you take your uniform off? You have the Nike, so that's fair. Oh my goodness. All right, everybody. Let's go.
Yeah, let's do the thing.
You're gonna see like hidden.
The commander and Larker.
I know I haven't strapped this bad boy on in a while.
I don't want to move till everybody can see.
Yeah. Good game, you guys.
Great game.
Gorgeous. Are you okay?
My goodness.
Did you see that tear that you left on the desk?
Oh,
Beautiful.
we have. Oh my God, guys! We have literally left our blood, sweat, and tears on the set of the USS Sally Ride tonight.
Oh my goodness.
Good times. Sam, do you want to take my spot? And I'll sit.
Nope.
Yeah, take my spot.
We got a Sam chair over there as well, so either way.
Give me the remote.
Someone tell me when it's safe to
chair.
Get I don't know if I want this
Crazy chair. Not the comfy chair.
Crazy chair.
So yeah. All right. I'm super excited. So the ops crew built out. This is our. Oh, we got somebody here. Oh, they're in uniform. They're in more uniform than we are. Hi, Dan.
Man.
Hi. Wait, we gotta twerk at him.
Oh no.
Lost visual.
We lost visual.
We lost visual.
Okay, no
Engineering, get it back up.
Sticky keys.
Oh god. The sensitivity is insane. Why does this happen?
So I'll tab back in.
Who knows how to turn the sensitivity down? Because this mouse is crazy pants.
This is Shield of Tomorrow. We're all super sensitive.
Yeah, I was
and there's
gonna
nothing
say.
to be done.
All right, we're back.
Not so much.
Back to game.
Back to
All right.
game.
Definitely
So
don't hit disconnect.
sorry about the mouse work, but this sensitivity is nuts.
Wow.
All right, now we must twerk.
Hi,
Okay,
Dan.
now.
Hi, Dan.
Oh, okay, now twerk.
Oh my God! Look at that.
Gentle twerking that doesn't turn on sticky keys.
I see a giant head.
There's a giant head.
Oh my gosh.
Not me.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, it's Bruce.
Oh god! Oh god!
First, the Battle of Wolf.
Dan, where'd you go?
Don't peek too much.
Oh my God.
Oh no, are we in front of a board?
You were right underneath the board cube. And we lost Sam.
Oh my god.
And we lost
They have no
Sam.
pencils.
They're all on the set.
Double
Dan knows we don't remember how to do anything.
That's amazing.
That is so.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Double
That is
space bar.
incredibly
look.
beautiful.
Once again,
And
Devin to the
also-
rescue.
There's gonna be a lot of crosstalk tonight.
Yeah,
I know that ship.
It's so beautiful.
I know that ship.
Why do we have a laser through
Welcome
us?
to the Minecraft server, guys. It's a good place.
Ensign,
They
straight
just got
ahead.
to sticky keys.
There's a
Sorry,
portrait
guys.
Give me your order.
This is really awesome.
Wow.
Oh my god.
This is so cool.
Look
Whoa.
at them this
Yeah, we got
Look at this.
damage right there.
Oh no.
One challenge.
Yeah, it turns out this is real
That
freaking
means
hard.
that's the person who claimed this land and built it. So it looks like interactive
Look at the
talk.
cells.
Look at the
Oh my
cells.
god.
Oh, it took damage.
they're
Oh, the board shot through it.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Wait, what does it say?
Red shirt flying away.
Wow. That's amazing. Look at that.
Wait, what does it say underneath? It says red shirt. Oh, it's
To
so
the
funny.
bridge. Ooh.
Going to the bridge.
Come up to the bridge.
That way, that away.
Hi,
Follow
Dan.
Dan Mountain.
Yeah, Dan Mountain is our faithful guide. Thank you so much
Yes.
for all your hard work.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Oh,
This is insane.
Dan Man is our cute.
Oh wait, there's something written there
There's our
too.
number.
Is it
Oh,
say?
look at the registry number.
Oh.
Oh
see,
my
this is
goodness,
Roosevelt.
that was the ship I was on.
That's
You
how.
guys remembered.
That's amazing.
Oh my gosh.
It's being
is the
destroyed
battle.
by the
This is your life.
Yeah. This is your life on Minecraft.
respectfully twerking in
And this is your life.
front of the side. Respectfully
All right.
twerk.
This is amazing.
All
Oh
right.
my god.
Let's move fast because I know that some of so we're
Yeah, how
gonna
many
have to
builds
be on.
Thank you, Dan.
Because we want to
Man.
get the non-alpha subscribers a chance to show us what they did.
Snaps from my crew of the Roosevelt.
This
How do
looks
we go?
amazing.
Honorary.
Can you imagine
We
how
follow
long
Dan.
you must have taken?
Follow Dan.
Alone?
Snaps for the Roosevelt.
Yeah.
Snaps for the
Hyperactive
Roosevelt.
Taco. Thank you.
Said made it.
That's the name of the challenge build claimer. So unless we're corrected, which Dan will correct us, Hyperactive
you.
Taco, thank you.
Thank you.
That's
Honor of
crazy.
the Roosevelt.
What? Look at those clouds.
Or it could have been Black Lion Dreamer. Is that you? Is
Star
that,
Trek clouds.
Can we?
Dive faster.
I don't remember how to dive.
Oh yeah. Or the White
I'm
House.
holding shift. I'm just very slowly descending.
Do you have an athletics focus?
There we go.
No. Whoa. Thank you. Thank you, Dan.
Amazing.
Oh,
P.A.
man.
Kenny.
This is
Okay.
crazy.
Damn
Built
it, that
by-
is our cue.
Built by
P.A. Kenny, USA.
Kenny.
The Abigail shuttlecraft fully functioning.
Abigail.
Yes.
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 Nice.
He knows we don't remember how to open doors either.
Check this out, Emma.
Emma Walker.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. Dan Q Mountain.
So good.
Rations of food. Oh, good. We need those. I'm hungry.
Is this for the door or?
Turn it around.
Yeah, yeah.
Take a look.
Flip lever up to fire missile.
Commander,
Down to
shall we?
Fire one
Welcome to
ready.
shuttlecraft. Get it?
Oh, sorry.
Oh God.
It's okay. Why don't I remember how to use switches?
Mine.
I don't have
lacking the
permission to do that. Please set off the weapons.
Thurlow has just said that.
Dining area.
Wow, we have a really nice little.
Ship's logs.
Ship
Oh, we don't have time for this.
Reading
Let's look at
material.
them.
We can't open them.
Yeah, we don't have permissions here. Very sorry.
Probably just a log.
Ship-
Oh my god, that'd be hysterical. If it was just like a piece of wood. That'd be
Go in
amazing.
there. What is that? Go in there.
Dan's.
That was Hyperactive Taco. Oh man, we have a real delay going on. Thanks guys
Yeah.
for bearing with us. That was us asking who built the
Yes,
thing.
it was hyper.
Oh, nice.
Control to go faster.
This is
Control
beautiful.
to go faster. Okay.
See, they just got to me getting down in space.
Control security.
Engine room. Control mouse.
I'm so sorry. I'm trying to.
Hang on. We need to warn you. This is what we do.
We break it. They make
very-
beautiful things and we break them.
Do. This is why they don't give us permission to touch the thing.
Nice shuttlecraft
we
you built. It'd be terrible if
distort.
something awful happened to it.
All right, guys.
This is why we need to maintain them.
We get stuck in a door.
Oh, we can't get out.
Can you crouch?
Crouch.
Crouch down.
Tasteful twerk.
Oh man, Dan,
no.
help.
Is that the only way in?
Dan, save us. We're stuck in the engine room.
He won't hear us for a bit.
Oh,
Thank
you teleported us.
Happy Pride.
No, this is all crazy.
Space.
Gaze in space.
Hugs are not recommended for subduing.
Little bird bulletin board.
Little bird.
It has
Enraged
some-
Vulcan person hugs are not.
All of our catchphrases.
Hugs are not recommended for subduing.
Enraged
Wow,
Vulcan
that
personnel.
is very up to date.
Oh yeah.
Wow. It's the little bird.
They're good at that.
Yeah,
Slippy Dude, is this you?
Ooh.
Is this you, Slippy Dude? Because it's
Slippy Dude.
amazing.
Let's all bow down.
Let's check
to
those
the
pics.
roof.
This is like
Look at
Star
the
Trek
pics.
motion picture. where
Worship
Spock
the
comes
roof.
across Ilea.
It's a pencil snapping.
Oh my gosh,
And a pride. And a pride one.
Oh my gosh, this is
It's a Star
amazing.
Trek pride symbol and a giant broken pencil.
Oh,
that is the most beautiful thing I've ever
Oh, it's us.
Oh my god.
Oh my god! Look at you! Wait, did you make this today?
It's our
Hairstyles today.
I know. That's amazing.
Y'all are incredible.
Wow.
Who made this one? Who made the standing people? We're so sorry.
Is this Slippy?
Oh my god.
Let's invade
Nice.
their plot.
Nice skin tones. Pretty good.
Right?
Good.
Dan!
Wow.
Dan accurately predicting what my hair is going to look like in the next year or so.
Oh, look at our fun hairstyles.
Look at your braids.
I know.
Go to the antennas. Go to the antennas.
Don't break your antennas.
Sorry.
What is this?
Oh my god.
Well,
Is that a puppy tark?
So this is complicated, but it's from the server. We have giant cows. They're the center of our lives, and they get customized for things.
Oh,
So
it's
the
an
kitchen
Andorian
made
cow.
Andorian cow and a
We're
board
standing
cow.
on-
Board.
Oh my gosh.
That's really cool.
Oh, that's so cool.
Slippy dude.
I'm gonna run forward to see who built this one.
Oh, this is amazing.
This was Dan as well,
Dan.
but he might have just claimed the space for someone else to build. We'll have to have him confirm which ones.
I love how
But I think it's a delay.
People were us, yeah.
But they're her. Yeah, the one we thought was Slippy is Slippy. The Utterborg!
Utterborg.
Utterlord was the original name of the.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Yo.
I want a board cow.
Yo.
Amazing.
Where? This is so cool. Oh
Mine's and crabs.
my gosh.
Mines and crafts represent.
Wow.
This is amazing.
And the cow is still wearing the doctor's scarf, I think, from
Yeah, it is.
earlier.
It is.
Okay, I was like,
What is that thing on his head?
Thank you, Dan. Okay, where are we going next?
Where are we off to next?
What do
We
we?
didn't go in there.
oh yeah.
Or there.
Okay, so we need to look at
Let's
the
go to the
sign.
left. Yeah.
Yeah,
let's
what's
go to the left
this?
thing. What's all
Whoa,
that?
yeah, what's this all about?
Let's do the roller coaster.
Roller coaster.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
It's a roller coaster. We haven't done a roller
Welcome to
coaster.
the cast and crew of the USS Sally Ride. Thanks to Dan Maynard.
Welcome to
Ocean Adventures.
Oceans of Adventure.
Ocean Adventure. Oh my.
Is there a whale in here?
Get ready for some whale love.
Get on the coaster.
Okay. You can't shake a leg. You're the mouse pad.
I'm sorry.
Get cart.
I haven't done this in a while. I'm out of practice.
Oh no, you're the sign.
there's the
Thank
cart.
you.
Get a cart. Okay.
Load cart
Oh
with
boy,
us.
what do you
With
need?
us.
Y'all, I need permissions. I got no permissions.
Oh no.
Oh no, we don't have
We need command.
Utterly and utterly.
Come on,
No, I
Captain.
tried to break it. I'm very sorry.
Right click.
I know, it's the permissions. How do I set my own permissions?
I don't remember.
You're doctor, don't you get
Oh,
like?
okay.
Oh,
You're on trying to
Admin
get into creative.
set to the flag used. Okay, so try now, maybe. You're lacking permission.
Here
Go.
we go.
Oh
who
no.
are we logged in as?
Devin.
I'm so sorry, guys.
Nobody.
Devin, give us the access code.
Dan, can you do this?
Swear to me.
Oh no, permissions might not be set.
Okay. They're catching up.
Can we walk it?
Oh.
Hashtag they know.
Permission to Nova.
We'll just walk the roller coaster. Oh wait, it was moving.
Oh, come on, get in, get in. Well, I'm sitting in it. If someone can make it go, maybe it'll. Damn, are you sitting in it? No, I'll just fall off. I'm standing on
magical.
it. All right, hold on. Let me see if I can. Oh, yeah.
We have time. We have to. We'll figure this out. I want to ride this stinker coaster.
Yeah.
So say it, the captain.
Oh, that's
Ops de Nova, there you go.
Oh, there we go. Thank you.
Try that.
Okay.
There's something inside Janelle's head. I'm not in an offensive
we
way.
gotta-
Try getting inside now.
Get in.
It says you got.
Oh, it is moving.
Oh,
Can you?
you're lacking the permission.
Oh, no.
Node plots.admin.interact.other. What does that mean?
Okay, what can we walk it? Let's walk it. We can walk the coaster.
Lots.admin.interact.other.
Dang.
I guess
Dang.
I'm with you on that one.
use.
I need
okay.
use, and
Try
I
it.
thank you, Dan. We're just gonna
It's cool, Dan. We know.
look at your badge. Oh, hey, TK.
That's awesome.
This is so fun. Plot trust.
So many people. Go. We got it. Here
Trust
we
in
go.
Here we go.
So work.
I always trust
That's
in
Slippy
Nova.
Dude telling them what to
Should be
say.
able to
I think.
use.
Open now should
Okay.
be able to.
Yeah. Shall we?
Let's go. We're on a coaster. Oh, underwater adventures. Oh, there's algae. Oh, look at all the algae. Algae. Look left and right.
Whoa. Oh man, guys. You should have sent a better navigator. sure you're not piloting.
All these rad like.
Oh my gosh.
Happening here.
This is amazing.
They're really good
I
at
miss you
building
guys.
coasters.
Yeah,
They're so good.
Look at the water.
I feel like I want to.
What on earth did those say?
Wait, what did it say?
Disembark.
Oh,
Black Lion Dream or Black Lion of the Stars?
We have to get out and read it.
Yeah. And now I have to walk it.
Yeah, we didn't see the signs.
What are these things?
Just-
Right.
Sally Ride, Ride, Ride.
Oh, Sally.
Right.
What? That's amazing. Sally. Ride. That's so.
That's
so much.
wonderful.
The level of detail is incredible.
I know, right?
That's wonderful.
That's
That
really
was
good.
amazing.
Thank you so much, Brent.
Yeah, let's go.
Goes in Sam's head.
I'm scared. I'm not gonna lie. I'm terrified.
I feel so targeted by the server. I've actually, I've never been here before.
I have an idea.
Okay.
Let me see.
Okay.
I want to see what's
Oh,
in.
this is.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, $20 says there's a Dryden.
I know, that's what I was about to say. Dryden.
$20 says Dryden is inside.
Yep. That's probably
Oh, boy.
You
accurate.
did?
Weepons and Dryden.
Okay, hold on.
You don't have permissions.
What underwear?
Totally not
Dryden.
Totally not Dryden.
Totally not Dryden.
Creepy guy.
Oh my god, 100 moments.
What does that one say?
Personal info on
Info alerts.
Personal
Info. But it's really no, it's on the high shelf.
Why is my friends in quotations?
Spaceship tactical.
That's
My
That is in here.
nerds. Oh, all the science officers. Okay, space. Oh, this is so funny. Martial arts training.
Very
That's a
extensive
big
section,
section.
RCC.
Crew members, rules and fractions. People
Every
who think
single-
people. That's amazing.
True. All those
Ways
secret
to show
alcohol
people you love
stashes.
them.
Oh, that's the truest. Oh, I love this. I
This
love
is
this a lot.
wonderful.
This is amazing.
I just love the 100% not Dryden.
Oh my goodness.
It's amazing.
So
Totally
creative.
not
Wow.
Dryden.
No, it's
That cracks me up.
I love how I have my
it's
own
the
section, the
10,000
little bird section.
Thank you, Dan. Where are we now?
Matt,
We're in
Matt,
that other
Trouble Bird.
structure.
Oh, where's the Sally Ride?
Hey, remember what you asked for?
Let's go.
Guys,
I'm so excited. Oh, there's
Look
things.
at-
Hell yeah.
Oh, that's my helm. It's so pretty.
Wow.
Sadly, you can't do ramps
Yeah.
really in
No,
my
Captain
Bridge.
Where's your chair? Right there.
Wow.
chair.
Wow.
One of the center chairs.
Yeah.
Guys, this is amazing. One
This is
time.
so
Holy-
cool.
Look at all
Wow.
the stations. They're so good.
When we were kids, there weren't
great.
super cool Star Trek video games, and now people can just make a video game into a Star Trek thing.
Right?
That's pretty cool.
That's
That's
so,
pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
It's so pretty. On screen.
Oh my gosh.
Is there a ready room?
Where do we have our meetings?
Where do we have
I'm
meetings?
happy with it. There we go.
Oh.
I want to say there are. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works for me, Dan.
Yeah.
That works for
There are
me.
ramps and
I
blocky
totally agree,
roads.
sir.
Headcanon.
Yeah.
Yep.
We all headcanon this.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Thank
There's
you,
a room. Is that a
Dan.
room? Or no, that's how you enter.
I see someone over there.
That's awesome.
That's where we came in.
I feel
They're
like that's
working
the
at
bar.
the station.
Oh, wait.
Oh,
Oh,
it's a station.
Whoa.
Oh, hey.
What
Oh,
does that
hey.
say? Oh, shall not cease.
Exploration.
I like that.
That's on our plaque. They took the quote.
yeah.
They took the
Yeah.
quote from our ship plaque from T.S. Eliot.
Because they are good and beautiful and
You guys.
I love them.
What do the
so
buttons do?
I know.
This is why you don't let us break everything.
much. I love it so much.
This is so cool.
This is incredible.
This is crazy.
Good.
The amount of work that went into this.
Oh, yay, Sam love.
This is like a pretty big bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice and spacious.
Yeah, we just we had to carve
I
those in
believe
here.
it has one of the largest bridges of
Thanks for manning your station there, TK.
Tsunami Kitchen.
Well done.
Hard at
It
work.
was an earlier design. They made them
good.
progressively more
Lisa
spacious.
and
over time.
Dan, do we have any?
Let's see.
Did we see everything?
This is. It's.
Have we missed any builds?
Thank you for the correction of that type.
Can't go through the
Oh, that's okay. Thanks for answering the question for us.
Doors are terrible. Why would I want to go through doors?
Yeah.
They're evil. They try to kill you.
This is a
True.
great
It is
bridge.
no.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. This is overwhelming, you guys. The love in what you all have done.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
that's
saw
why
the
he's
plaque.
got the.
They're just.
Definitely saw the plaque. Might be my favorite part of the bridge,
Yes.
actually.
Oh, good, he says. Well, caps locked it. Sorry, guys.
Why are you screaming?
No, but you are now on record as being a caps lock weirdo. Very sorry.
Engage Captain's Lock.
Captain's Lock. Started.
Oh.
Got squeezed.
So it looks like we're gonna have to wrap it up now, guys. We're gonna.
Thank you so much.
We are
Thank you.
OOT. Do you want to continue this? Do you want to keep looking at stuff on Behind the Shield? Do you want to make this the Behind the Shield episode a little bit? We can talk about the game and watch this.
We're going to talk
now.
Behind the Shield while we are exploring the field of the Minecraft server.
Okay.
Yeah.
So guys, thank you so much.
Sorry.
This has been incredible. I'm so glad we got to show it to you guys. Thanks for tuning in tonight. And don't forget to check out all of our friends this weekend on Stream of Annihilation. I think we might actually be hosting them here on the Geek and Sundry channel. But thank you so much for tuning in tonight, and we will see you guys next Friday night for another adventure. Until then, hailing frequencies are closed.
Yeah.